Good evening, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Crystal Palace and Raul Vallecano in the Conference League final. Guys, it is Crystal Palace's biggest game in their history, isn't it? I know the FA Cup was pretty big, but is this the biggest game in Crystal Palace's history? Certainly on a European level. Huge game for them. Huge game for Raul Vallecano as well. Absolutely very interesting game, I would say. A very interesting game between two similar sides, I would say. Similar in regards to Crystal Palace in England, in regards to Raul Vallecano in Spain. Now, guys, welcome to the stream, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Anthony Gordon has signed for Barcelona. 70 million. It's pretty cheap, in my opinion. I'll be honest with you. For the price, what I'm expecting with Newcastle and with the players these days, it's pretty cheap, if you ask me. I mean, Anthony Gordon, a very bold move from Barcelona. But what's going on with Marcus Rashford? What's the next move for Marcus Rashford? What do we do with Marcus Rashford? Because as far as we know now, Marcus Rashford is coming back to Man United, guys. He's coming back to Man United. He's going to be at Man United next season. What do we do? You know, at the end of the day, there is obviously rumors about Bayern Munich, guys. So that obviously, hopefully that materializes somewhat and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where Rashford goes, considering that Barcelona have not purchased him. I think they're absolute fraud of a club, really, ain't they? They're an absolute fraud of a club. I mean, they've got no money to purchase Marcus Rashford, yet they got money to splash on Anthony Gordon. Guys, we're being mugged off. We've been mugged off. And this is why I say, like, let's leave these loan deals alone. I would say leave these loan deals alone, because at the end of the day, this is what these teams do. They're there to pretend like, you know, they just mugged us off. They got what they could out of Marcus Rashford, and that's about it, guys. I'm going to get into the lineups of this match, though. This is what's important today. I'm going to get into the lineups, guys. Let's start off with Crystal Palace. In regards to Crystal Palace, pretty strong lineup. Henderson, Riyad, Lacroix, Canvo, Munoz, Wharton, Kamara, Mitchell. I think this is Crystal Palace's relatively best team. Sarr, Pino, and Mateta. Strong team from Crystal Palace. In regards to Raul Vallecano, do you know any names from this team here, guys? Cardenas, Raju, Lejeune, Sibs, Chaveria, Valentin and Lopez, and De Frutos, Isi, Garcia and Lamal is the team for Raul Vallecano. Apologies if I get any of those names wrong, guys, but that is the Raul Vallecano team, of course. Let's not forget Raul Vallecano back in the day. There were a lot more. I think it was about 15, 20 years ago where they were a lot more unknown. I think, wasn't it Casey Keller who played for them or something like that? He went from Leicester City and he ended up signing for Raul Vallecano, players like that. Do you know what I mean? It is a famous club in Spain, of course, guys, but not obviously the most famous club, Raul Vallecano. Now, guys, in regards to the substitutes, in regards to firstly Crystal Palace, we've got the midfielder Jefferson Lerma. Of course, we got Brennan Johnson, the striker. Nathaniel Klein still around, defender. Will Hughes, midfielder. Jordan Strands Larson, striker. Borna Sosa, defender. Chris Richards, defender. Evan Gresson is the striker. Remy Matthews is the goalkeeper for Crystal Palace, substitute goalkeeper. And also the third goalkeeper, Walter Benitez, is the goalkeeper. Justin Devaney, midfielder, and Rio Cardenas is the striker, guys, in regards to Raul Vallecano. Daniel Cordonas, Pedro Diaz, Oscar Trejo, Sergio Camelo, E.S. Akamak, Gerard Gambao, Ivan Balio, Alfonso Espino, Adrian Molina, and Nobel Mendy, guys. Absolutely. Those are the lineups for both teams, guys. I hope you're well, guys. Let's have a chill out. Anyone want to discuss anything? Let's chill out. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Guys, other teams are spending money. We're still hovering around. You know what I mean? The most underwhelming signing we can ever have is Edison, guys. You know, I put it in perspective earlier on. I spoke about a player, you know, who's 24 years old, who plays for Wolves. He's Andre, his name is, right? Andre, his name is. And he's got 13 caps for Brazil. And then you look at Edison, right? And then he's got 3 or 4 caps for Brazil, something like that. It's crazy, isn't it, guys? Look. It's a very underwhelming signing. Look, there's rumors that he's Casemiro's replacement. I mean, that would be the biggest downgrade in football history. One of them anyway, guys. But there is rumors that he's Casemiro's replacement. I think that's crazy, man. If that's true, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. We know all about what Ineos are about, what the Glazers are about. But if Edison is a Casemiro's replacement, God help us. Guys, I tell you that right now, because at the end of the day, coming to the Premier League at 27 years old, expected to be that guy, the marquee signing. No. It can't happen like that. Look at Barcelona. Whatever you think of Barcelona, this is how you act. You know what I mean? Just get the deal done. Just get the deal done. No talk, get it done. Same day, guys. You hear about Gordon this morning. He's at Barcelona this evening. It's how you do it, isn't it, guys? Absolutely. It is how you do it. Guys, they're waiting upon the kickoff, guys, for Crystal Palace against Raul Vallecano. Of course, guys, get your predictions in, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. Of course, big up Ephraim. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Mark, the legend. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. After South community, how are you, my friend? I hope your family is safe. So far, so good, my friend. Hope you're well. Palace 2-1. I hope Barca still takes Rashford, but I would take Gordon too. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, my friend. Look, it's I don't think they're going to sign Rashford now. Look, there was rumors circulating about Anthony Gordon, that he wants to play as a striker. Now, that was a few months ago when we were linked to him, and we were saying, now, well, why are we going to sign Gordon if he wants to play as number 9? Unless Barcelona are going to play him at number 9 and then going to sign Marcus Rashford. That's the only way I can see it happening, but I don't think so. I think Barcelona will play him on the left, and he will start for them on the left, in my opinion. I think that's what they're going to buy him as. An absolute scummy team. I'll be honest with you guys, scummy team. What they've done to Marcus Rashford, and they broke up basically a gentleman's agreement with Man United, haven't they? And no surprise there, it's Barcelona, guys. At the end of the day, the most unclassiest club there is, of course. Hello, Raja. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you. Barcelona should sell Gavi and Pedri. Yeah, let's wait and see. Absolutely. Hi, what channel game on? What channel's the game on? I don't know, mate. I'm in the UAE. I don't know. I know what I'm watching it. I'm watching it an app called Todd, which is in the UAE. So, and obviously Qatar. So I'm watching it on there, guys. Legitimately, of course, guys. So I'm not sure where the game is for you guys. Absolutely. No, not at all. Crystal Palace win, although Spanish teams are tricky. Spanish teams are the last trigger team. You're right. Spanish teams are the last team you want to play in the final. They're the last teams you want, as we've seen Sevilla, as we've seen with Villarreal and teams like that. You may think, yeah, we're going to beat them, but they somehow managed to pull it off. They're so tricky, absolutely. And English teams are not notoriously good at playing Spanish teams, unfortunately. But I see a Crystal Palace win, but I can see a Raul Vallecano win as well. This is a massive game, Crystal Palace. A final in a European competition. This is Crystal Palace at the end of the day. It's crazy, isn't it? But look, fair play to Crystal Palace for getting there. But I think it will be a different game, like you said, as long as it's a high-scoring game. As long as it's a high-scoring game, a game full of drama, full of everything. We are in Leipzig today, guys, in Germany. The atmosphere looks fantastic over there for this game. Absolutely. It looks amazing. Of course, let me just set up myself a little bit. Nice and comfy. There we go. Right. There we go. Let's put this up there a little bit. There we go. So I can see that properly. Yeah, guys, look, little preparation for the World Cup, actually. We've got drums and everything, guys. It's looking good. It's looking more of a spectacle than the Europa League final. Of course, guys. Obviously, the big ones on Saturday. And we're praying that PSG do us a favor, guys. Did you see that leaked footage of Arteta speaking about they're going to win the Champions League? They're going to do that. That would be PSG's team talk for me. I'll send that straight to the PSG team and say, here's your team talk. They're going to beat us. That's their team talk. He's done it for him. With Lewandowski leaving, maybe, yeah, because that's what he wants to play, Trigger Kim. I heard that 3 months ago. I heard that he wants to play as a number 9. He doesn't want to play as a winger. However, I just don't think he has that ability. I don't think he's got the ability to do the eye of a needle pass. I think he's a perfect winger. We'll have to wait and see. Rashford can join Unai Emery at Aston Villa. He likes the kid. He was on loan, though, wasn't he? They didn't want him. He was on loan. They could have bought him then. However, they can get him cheap now. There's news about Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are the team that the team that Rashford may join. Bayern Munich are no secret looking for a left winger at the moment. God only knows only why. They got such a great squad, but Bayern Munich are looking at Marcus Rashford at the moment. And I can foresee Bayern Munich making a deal for Marcus Rashford. As long as we do the deal and the deal is permanent and it's not a loan, I'll be happy with that, absolutely. Listen, I hope Edison is not the one to replace Casemiro. You know what I'm hearing at the moment, Lisa, I'm disgusted. I had to turn off social media because I was like, people were telling me that, you know what, yes, this is the cover for Casemiro. I'm like, no. And these are respected people. I'm like, please, no. And deep down, that could possibly be the truth, isn't it? Deep down, the way Man United do things. you know it could be the truth. And if it is the truth, it's a disgrace because 30 million replacement for Casemiro. My goodness me, where do we go from here, guys? Absolutely. Samuel, the Glazers and David Sutherland are 8 doubted football owners who don't know how to run a football club. Of course, they don't. No, they don't. The way that Barcelona, whatever we say about Barcelona, the way they've done this Gordon deal has been absolutely incredible. How quickly they've done the deal, and it's a big deal as well. It's not a small deal. And how did they get him so cheap? When we were linked to Gordon, of course, there was 100 million here, 100 million there. Got him for 70 million, guys. Do you know what I mean? And look, you know, he's a good player for me, and he's going to improve over there at Barcelona, definitely. AC Milan sat their whole backroom staff. Yes, Areola could be the man to replace, obviously, the backroom staff there. Allegri was the manager of AC Milan, wasn't he? Yeah, Areola's going to go there. I think he'd do very well at AC Milan. I think it's a big move for him. AC Milan are a huge club. They're a sleeping giant, of course. And let's see what he could do at AC Milan. Absolutely. Let's see what he could do. And maybe one day, hopefully not. Hopefully Carrick does well. We might revisit the Areola situation. You never know. But I do think that AC Milan's a very good test for him because a big club, you know, a club that is stacked with history and heritage. And if he goes there and reignites them and makes them into title contenders again, then you can say, look, you know what a manager. You know what I mean? Because obviously Bournemouth is a different kettle of fish. Bournemouth's a different kind of team. Bournemouth is, the expectation's not high. You know, it's not like, oh, you have to qualify for Europe this season. It's not like that, isn't it? So, and he's done phenomenally well. I think he'll do very well at AC Milan. And I think it's a big test for him, a very big test. You got the mixture of quality. You got a mixture of toxic problems at that football club as well, not least. You know, you've also got like the history and the heritage that comes along with managing AC Milan, of course. A big up, Richard. How you doing, my friend? Edison Fernandez and Tonali will sign for United next week. Who said that, Richard? I've already said that a couple of days ago, Richard. That Man United are looking at Edison Fernandez and Tonali. You know, welcome to Stretford Post. Absolutely, Richard. I did do a thumbnail as well. But let's see and wait and see what happens. Nothing is guaranteed at the moment. Nothing's guaranteed at the moment. Obviously, it depends on the Glazers. I don't think we're going to sign 3 players by next week. Absolutely not. I don't, even though we should. I don't think we will. We'll be lucky to get 1 at this moment in time. I'm hearing they want to get 2 in before the World Cup. So if we can get 2, I'll be delighted. You know, we're run by the Glazers, Richard. You remember, just remember that, the Glazers. Big up, Gregory. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is blessed, my friend. Hope you're good. Guys, good chance to see Rayo Vallecano, of course, guys. Harry Kane has Marcus Rashford at Bayern Munich would be very scary. I don't think Rashford is scary. No. I think they've got a lot more scarier players than that, Samuel. I mean, scary. I mean, if you're scared of Barney the dinosaur, you'd be scared of Marcus Rashford. But other than that, I don't think anyone's scared of Marcus Rashford, my friend. Not even in the Bundesliga. Gregory, Edison is a poor choice in my honest opinion. Look, I agree, Gregory. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, and these people who all of a sudden becoming experts on Edison, it does drive me crazy. You know what? Obviously, he signs for Man United. We're going to support him. We're going to back him. But you know what? We called the red flags. We said it about it. I'm giving you every single little bit of detail about this deal. I told you, like, why does Andre of Wolverhampton Wanderers have more caps than Edison of Atalanta? Let me just tell you that right now. What is going on there? Do you know what I mean? It's quite obvious, isn't it? Because in regards to Brazil pick talent. Brazil, they focus on young up-and-coming players. They focus on talent, and they play their best players. And he's not in the World Cup squad. So, obviously, that's a big thing as well. So, we basically got some random Brazilian from Atalanta. That's what we've done. And we're trying to sugarcoat it into being the prime Pirlo. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I know that there are Ineos Glazers. Ineos Glazing and Glazers, ironic, isn't it, that are backing this Edison signing and trying to glaze it up into gaslight us into thinking it's an amazing signing. It's absolutely not. It is a Atletico Madrid signing. That's what it is. It's an Atletico Madrid signing. It's a Villarreal signing, a Sevilla signing, not a Manchester United signing, in my opinion. However, they got a long way in this window, and let's see what they can do in regards to this. So hopefully something happens major. I know that we're in talks with Tonali at the moment. Would be one of the good signings that we can have. Obviously, we're going to miss out on Anderson. So, you know, that's bad news as well. It's not over. Of course, it's not. But I do think that missing out on Anderson is a problem. definitely, guys. And also, look, you know what I want us to do. We got the likes of Angelo Stiller. We got the, you know, these kind of players available. So why don't we go after those players either? I mean, I'm a bit confused. My opinion, like as I've said at the beginning of the show, guys, as at the beginning of the week and at the beginning of last week, I did speak about the midfield, and I said the midfield will most likely be Mateus Fernandes, Tonali, and Edison. And I said that, guys, exclusively on Stretford Post. Now everyone's catching on to it. Have you noticed? Everyone's catching on to it. And that's what I said, guys. Just go scroll back to the thumbnail. You see it. And yeah, look, I did say there'd be Mateus Fernandes, Tonali, and Edison. I did say that. And I did say that quite highly. And I did tell people that Edison was signed for Man United before it was confirmed. And that's on my thumbnail as well. And that was done a long time ago. But yeah, yeah, we're ready for the game, guys. Here, looking forward to the game. Absolutely looking forward to the game, guys. Should be a good game. Should be a good game. Should be a game full of drama. Hopefully, we get a game full of goals as well, guys. We get some goals and stuff like that. That'd be great, of course. Raja, will probably be 2-1, whatever team. Maybe, yeah, 2-1 either way. Fair play. We can back him once he's played player, but if the player is incapable of performing, what do you expect? I know, Gregory, and the problem is that, you know, the fans will turn against him, won't they? And they're going to expose him. But I'm telling people right now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I've watched him for years. So I know I'll probably be right. Okay. So this is research. This is like some guess and some, you know, trust me, bruv, sort of thing that these people are backing him doing. I think it will foul, and I think the fans will turn against him. But I want people to remember that we warned Ineos about him. We warned them about the red flags. We warned them, guys. Just remember that. We warned them. And that's all we have to say, guys. Absolutely. Kickoff is underway, guys. We're ready for the kickoff in the Conference League final. One of Crystal Palace's biggest games in their history, guys. Underway, guys. We are underway. Welcome to Stretford Post, guys. Smash a like on the video, guys. Get your scores in. Let me know what you think. And I hope you're all well. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Big up, everyone. The last, what is it? We've got 2 more finals to go. We got this one, of course, tonight. And then we've got the one on Saturday, of course, the big one. We're going to be supporting PSG, guys. Absolutely. We're supporting PSG. No way do we want Arsenal to win that game. Absolutely not. We need to stop that from happening. PSG need to stop that from happening. Absolutely. Absolutely. City need to be relegated to Division 2, given a 60-point deduction and a 5-year transfer ban when found guilty. One more charge. That would be hilarious if that happened at the end of the day, wouldn't it? That'd be incredible. It's a goal kick to Raul Vallecano. Here, guys. A goal kick to Raul Vallecano. There is 2 young Brazilian players better than Edison, called Danilo and Eduardo Conceição. Yes, I know them very well. Spoke about Danilo last week. Yeah, and cheaper. Richard, PSG will win 5-0. I hope so, Richard. I hope so. It would, like, what it would do, if anything's going to do this to Arsenal fans, it's PSG doing the business on Saturday. And if they win 5-0, my goodness me, they'll never live it down. Because at the end of the day, you could turn around and say, well, Leicester won the league. So what? You know, anyone can win the league at any given time. But you still haven't won the Champions League. You still haven't won the big competition. Absolutely. 2-1 Ephraim says, I think that's a popular score. Sal, you are not often wrong and this Edison matter is not ending well. Look, thank you so much, Gregory. I really appreciate you. Look, I do try. People ignore me, but, you know, I did say it. Someone fought with me saying we're not going to sign Edison. It's not going to happen. I said, don't be so sure about that. Do not be. Because one thing is, even though that Ineos, and I've said it over the last couple of days, even though that Ineos are looking at social media in regards to signings, they are very potent and very adherent to social media and the common algorithms and stuff like that. And they will look at that and think, oh, you know what? The fan base is a bit divided on this Edison thing. You know, I don't even think it's divided. I think a lot of people don't want Edison. A lot of people are underwhelmed by it. But the fact that they've got the deal done, but what they've done, because they're so delusional, what they've done is basically said, oh, you know, they've gone behind our back and they've gone after Edison and they bought him and they thought, oh, look, like surprise, look, is Edison, thinking that the fan base are going to be like, yeah, wow, we signed Edison. I mean, that's so 2018, isn't it? 2018 call, they want their player back. Absolutely. Why not Andre over getting Sal as depth CM? Because Man United are not as aware as we are, of course. They are basically looked at him, but they're not aware of his talent like we are. For me, he's better than João Gomez this season, but people have been sleeping on that. Over getting Edison. Over getting Edison. I may as well be maybe bring Amrabat back to a club. Amrat's better than Edison. Let me tell you that right now. I'm going to say this right now. Edison, here comes Crystal Palace. Cut out well. Edison basically is Fred reincarnated for me. If I was to compare him to any player there, he's Fred reincarnated. I would say that, definitely. Back at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace started very well here, guys. So here they go. Look, that's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace. Very good play there from Devaney. It's a free kick, 30 yards out for Crystal Palace, guys. Devaney has fouled. Jeremy, should I say, has been fouled. Absolutely. Samuel. Terry Flewis keeps making videos about Bradley Bacola and Julian Alvarez joining Arsenal. He does that all the time, mate. Deal done. A deal done for Alvarez has been a long time ago. Listen, keep it Stretford Post. I got the transfer news, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I spoke about bloody Tonali and Edison about a year ago, 2 years ago. I like to see these people doing that like that with me. I got a lot of love for Terry though. Big up Terry, of course, but he does love the Arsenal, doesn't he? So it'd be nice for him to have a little bit of a dream there. I'm not a big fan of Alvarez, to be honest. Barcolo's a good player, but I don't think he's going to go to Arsenal, in my opinion. That's it. Here comes Adam Wharton with the free kick. Long one out to the wide. It's a little bit of a poor free kick, that one. Anyway, it's going to come back here to Crystal Palace. Started very well in this game. Cross comes in. Header. Let's not forget, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup a year ago. They beat Manchester City. So they're going to be prepared for this game. They've got the minerals to win this game. Absolutely. 100%. You know, Lejeune, with Raul Vallecano, I don't think they're really used to this sort of environment. It's a massive game for them as well. Do you know what I mean? I mean, as I said earlier, Raul Vallecano haven't been big for like 20 years, have they? They haven't been a big team for 20 years, have they, guys? Absolutely. Richard. Edison Fernandez as a bench option with Tonali starting with Mainu. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, Richard. It absolutely wouldn't be bad. I would like it. It would be a very good improvement on the midfield. Absolutely. Little bit inexperienced in regards to Champions League and things like that. However, it is a good midfield. But I can't help thinking that Anderson would be better. Tchouaméni would be better, in my opinion. We're still after Tchouaméni, by the way. Lots can happen. Anyway, so offside. It's going to be a free kick to Raul Vallecano. De Fructus, what's he not happy about? Yeah. De Fructus, his name is. Definitely. That sounds very exotic. Big up, ciao. Barcelona willing to pay double the price for Gordon and refuse to sign Rashford. The 30 million euros tells you everything about the club, that they don't want Rashford anymore. They use Rashford. They use Man United. They used him for not likes and clicks, but they used him for assists and goals. They did, yeah. Personally, can I be honest with you? I like Gordon very much, but I think Rashford as a player is a little bit more dangerous than Gordon, if I'm being honest with you, on the left. But obviously, they're looking at the younger option. They're looking at a player that fits their system, and that's what they've done. And fair play to them. They got the deal done. I first heard about the deal yesterday, and now they got the deal done already. Look how long Man United take to do deals. It's ridiculous, isn't it, guys? It really is ridiculous. Absolutely. Here comes Raul Vallecano, though, on the counter here, guys. They need to bed themselves into this game because they are looking a little bit nervous, if you ask me, guys. Here's Icy. It's out here wide on the right-hand side to guys, to De Fructus. De Fructus passes it infield to Valentin. Valentin is going to pass it back to defense to Cease. Cease passes it out wide to Lopez. Lopez is running through the middle of the pitch, guys, for Raul Vallecano. And Garcia is on the left here. Garcia takes on this man, gets the crossing well, and it's held by Henderson. Henderson holds it well there, guys, absolutely. There's a young German prospect, Kenneth Eichhorn. Spoke about him 2 years ago, Layson, first to move to Liverpool. Yeah. Spoke about him a year and a half ago. Yeah, when he was playing in the youth team, Layson. Yeah, we've got him on our radar. We've had him on our radar for a while. Yeah, Eichhorn. Yeah. Ephraim. The arrogance of Arsenal fans say that think that they're going to dominate in the league. Let them think that way. Let them go into a false sense of security, because at the end of the day, that's not how the Premier League works. And we know that. They should know that. We know that. It's only Manchester City in recent years who've done that. I mean, why not Man United go after and win the league? Why don't we rekindle, reignite that rivalry there, and just going after and win the league? You know what I mean? That'd be amazing, taking their title from them. And then they thought they were going to dominate, and then Man United come out of nowhere. Barcelona played United as fools with Rashford going on. Exactly. Yes, they did. They're laughing at us. They used him. To get what they need. He won them the league. I think it's a little bit cold. I think it's harsh. They won the league at the end of the day, To bring in someone like Anthony Gordon, it is a big slap in the face, right? It is a big slap in the face. He cost over double what Rashford cost as well. And basically, there's no respect to Manchester United. And I think that's, at the end of the day, But it is what it is. This is what Man United shouldn't leave themselves in that position. They shouldn't leave themselves in such a precarious position. Here comes Crystal Palace. Strike from Yeremi, cleared away. Walton wins it back. Is Mateta. Mateta's got the ball. He played it well. Oh, it's going to be. It almost was. He done very well there, Mateta. Sarr there. It was Sarr. He done very well there. Very, very well. Sam, I would like to see Enzo Fernandez, Federico Cadrino join PSG. Why? I don't care who they sign, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. Chow, best in class. Yeah, right. What class is it? Depends what class we're talking about. You know what I mean? Is it a class deep down in the Bronx? Is it a class in Chelsea, in a rich area of London? I don't know. Rajab. By the way, there's a 120 million price tag on Enzo Fernandez. Who's going to pay that? No, they don't have a lot of money, apparently, but they can find 70 million underneath the sofa, underneath the cushions there and that. They can do that, can't they? Absolutely. Well headed there. One back there by Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace started relatively well here. I'm very impressed with them so far. No foul. Looked like a foul to me. Anyway, it's Garcia on the left. Garcia is attacking on the left-hand side for Raul Vallecano. He looks very dangerous here. He's got the cross in there. No one in the box. No one is in the box for Raul Vallecano there to retrieve the ball. De Fructus passes it infield to Valentin. Valentin gets the ball in, and it's going to be held by Henderson there. Richard, United will be Arsenal's closest challenger to the league. So come on, Richard. Let's hope so, my friend. I hope so, man. Let's hope so. Manchester United should sign Keith Schmidt from LZ Alkmaar. Yes, they should, but they won't. I guarantee you. They should. They should sign Ayub Bayaldi, Keith Schmidt. Much more value for money than Ederson. Trust me. Much, much more value for money, in my opinion. I would say that. Definitely, guys. Still 0-0. 10 minutes gone, guys. 11 minutes gone. Crystal Palace 0, Raul Vallecano 0. Crystal Palace have had the better of the game, to be honest with you. They look like the most likely to score in this game, to be honest with you. Guys, absolutely. So far, obviously, this game has to end tonight. Of course. Absolutely. Palazon passes it. Palazon, by the way, is Issy. That's his nickname. Is Issy. He's the number 7 who plays for Raul Vallecano, guys. He's the number 7 who plays for them. So there are a few players that need to be looked at in regards to Raul Vallecano, guys. So historically, Raul Vallecano, they've been a relatively small club. They've been up and down in Serie B. They've had the likes of Radamel Falcao, ex-Man United player, play for them in recent years. Guys, they've had Hugo Sanchez, who was at Real Madrid, very famous player. Diego Costa, of Chelsea and Atletico Madrid, has played for them recently. Michu, remember him from Swansea? Remember him, guys? There's a few maker. Oscar Trejo's a guy to be look at. He's another one that is thingy. Issy Palazon. Now, look, guys, it's very interesting to see this, because you've got in their team now, there's a couple of players that I'm looking at. Not many people have heard of Issy Palazon and Oscar Trejo, right? But these players are good. Alvaro Garcia as well. And with me, I'm always looking around. I'm always scouting the next big thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm always scouting the next big thing. Palazon is a creative midfielder. Like number 7, he's playing at today. So he's the bald-headed fella, guys. But he is 31. But he's a good player. And I would look at him even as a squad option. These kind of things. That are not bad options to bring in, of course. Garcia, the left winger you see on the left, of course, as you do. He's also a very, very interesting player. But again, with their players that they have at the moment, they have a lot of players on the other side of 30, if you know what I mean. That's the problem with the Raul Vallecano players at the moment. They're on the other side of 30. Richard, would you put Freights and Fletcher in a 25-man squad? Yes, I would, Richard. Yes, I'll definitely Jim Freights. I'm not sure about Fletcher. I'm a little bit skeptical about Fletcher at the moment, obviously, because I do think about that favoritism sort of thing with his dad. So I think Jim Freights deserves an opportunity in that squad, definitely. I mean, I would have put him ahead of Edison, mate. Honestly, I think he's going to be a star. I do. And I don't think Man United should stifle the development of youth by buying, average Brazilian players, or so I would just say. You know what I mean? Sam, Michael Coyote would be a good right back and would help Brian and Boomer more. It would, yeah, because we need to. Absolutely. Coyote is a good player. I like him. However, Man United are not really looking at the right back situation at the moment. We have been linked to Josh Hutchinson, of course, of Chelsea. We've been linked to him, of course, guys. We've also been linked to the Spanish right back stroke centre back as well that I spoke about this morning. His name slips my mind, but we are after him. We're looking at Madabo, 22-year-old right back, centre back. But yeah, we definitely need a right back, definitely to complement the likes of Mbumo. Definitely. I'm not too sure about Ahmad. I did think Ahmad had a good game against Brighton, to be honest. I thought he did well. Anyways, a corner. Adam Wharton will be taking a corner for Crystal Palace. 15 minutes gone in the game, guys. Adam Wharton's going to be taking the corner for Crystal Palace. Cross comes in. Here we go. Good cross. Header. No, it's a free kick to Raul Vallecano. Gregory. United should put a cheeky bid in for Lamine Yamal and mess Barcelona at once. Our free midfield transfers I could pick. Man United can't put a cheeky bid in. They'll laugh at us. They're going to want at least 100, 200 million for him. They're not going to do that. They're definitely. We got our own Lamine Cup. We got our own Lamine Yamal. We got JJ Gabriel coming through. Don't worry about that. Didn't Bebe play for them? I think so. And I'm talking about their main players who played for him. If Bebe played for them, he obviously was very underwhelming. I'm not surprised. Yamal wouldn't leave Barcelona. Ain't happening. Never happen. No, it would never happen. Absolutely. Here come Vallecano on the left-hand side here. One back by Crystal Palace. Very well there. Crystal Palace are looking the dominant team. I think with Vallecano, they're all left. They're all left, in my opinion, in regards to the left side of the pitch. Rashford might sign for Madrid or Real Madrid. I don't think he'll go to Real Madrid unless Jose Mourinho wants him. He will get. Wouldn't that be funny, though? Wouldn't that be funny if he went for Real Madrid? That would be box office. That would be box office. That's so typical Jose Mourinho. That would be so typical Jose Mourinho. It would be for him to sign Marcus Rashford. Honest to God. It would be funny. I'll be honest, because obviously Barcelona betrayed Rashford somewhat. I think they have. I think they probably made a lot of false promises and stuff like that. I do know that Hansi Flick was a big admirer of Marcus Rashford. I know that Hansi Flick really likes Marcus Rashford. I know that from various people. He loves Marcus Rashford, and Marcus Rashford, in regards to the fan base, it's in Barcelona. It splits the fan base. Some of them are like, yeah, some of them are like, no. But Anthony Gordon's the new shiny toy, isn't it? And that's how they deal with things, isn't it? And Anthony Gordon's going to be their players, Ahmad is the kind of frustrating player to watch. He is. He's a bench player for me. I think he should be a bench player in the future as well. I think Man United should have Mbumo on the right, absolutely, and start with Mbumo next season. I don't think we should start with Ahmed. However, Michael Carrick loves Ahmed for some reason. He loves him. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Samuel. Rants and Bants and Sci TV love Ahmed Diarra as a footballer. It's subjective, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I love what I see on the pitch. That's what I want. I don't have special affiliations with players. because I got a photo with him, I'm going to love him and stuff like that. That's not how I do things and stuff like that. I look at things when I'm plainly comparing him to the greats of Man United. When we're thinking about the right wing, we're thinking about Cristiano Ronaldo, we're thinking about Andre Kanchelskis, we're thinking about David Beckham. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. If this guy isn't even matched up to the level of like Luke Chadwick, then what are we going to do? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, what are we going to do? We need better, don't we? Anyway, still 0-0 here, guys. 18 minutes gone. 18 minutes have gone on the clock, guys. Hope you're all well. Welcome everyone to the stream. Have both Ahmed and Lacey as options off the bench next season. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind Lacey getting an opportunity. Look, I've seen what Ahmed can do. I know he's best and I know he's worse. And I just think he's too inconsistent for Man United. And I do like him. Guys, just a little bit of breaking news coming through, guys. Edison has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. Just to let you guys know, Edison has agreed personal terms. Is it actually a? I think I know that anyway. I think I know that from obviously. I think from Fabrizio Romano. Let me just see Fabrizio Romano's latest tweet. His latest tweet. Sorry. Fabrizio Romano, right. Nothing here. Yeah. We already know he's agreed personal terms. I'm just getting an update on my phone about Fabrizio Romano, and he's saying he's updated. He's agreed. We know he's agreed personal terms. We know that. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, guys, he is going to agree personal terms. Of course he is. Man United. Of course he's going to agree personal terms. You know what I mean? Of course he's going to agree personal terms. Gregory. I love Lamp, Anchorman. I love Anchorman. I think that's one of the funniest films in history, mate. Oh, that was a foul on Crystal Palace. A big chance. This could be a red, you know. It's a yellow. Wow, he was clean through. That's a red. He's clean through, guys. That's a red, guys. I think that's a red. He's clean through. I don't want to see him given a red. I want to see a good game between the two sides. But, guys, he was clean through there. Let me have a look. Oh, maybe he was covering. Yeah, I think a yellow is fair. there. I don't think you can give a red for that. Yeah, give a yellow. Let's not ruin the game here. It's a yellow card anyway. It was close to a red. That for me. But I would give him the benefit of doubt. I think he caught up with him. Richard, Dorgo will become our next Bale next season. I hope so. I said, yeah, he's a great player, mate. Damn, bro. Thought he would go to Madrid. Yeah, there you go. I prefer seeing Amir Ibrahimov, Godwell Kukungi, and Lacey playing in the first team. Yeah, hopefully. Ibrahimov has been there for a while. Well, I'm a big fan of his. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we're not bringing him through. So this is the problem, isn't it? Here comes Crystal Palace on the attack. It's going to be a corner. No, it's cleared away. Straight back to Crystal Palace here. Oh, come on, man. There's a little bit dopey from Crystal Palace there. And they're passing it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Come on. 21 minutes on the clock, guys. 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Rayo Vallecano, guys. Absolutely. Red or yellow? For me, it's an orange. So I would say it's an orange. But I would give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say give him a yellow, because you know what? You don't want to ruin the game like that. You know, you give play. I mean, it's their biggest game in their history. You got to be fair. You got to be nice. Here we come. Oh, goodness me. Almost there for Mateta. Not quite. It's gone straight back to the goalkeeper. Raja, if they go to extra time, one team is already playing with the one man down. I don't get that. Richard, Amir was injured for most of last season. He only played the last 5 games. He's still a very good player, though. I like him. I've liked him for a while as well. It's over a year now. I've been saying we need to give him a chance. You know what I mean? Greg, so I can't think about Stiller possibly coming to the next Tony Cruz for Real Madrid, because he will, Gregory. You know he will. You know I know. And then we'll be here when he does. You know what I mean? And we'll tell people. We just want to go for the easy option. That's what it seems like at the moment, guys. New contract for Dalot, new contract for Maguire. Let's go and get Belaba. Let's go and get Edison. Easy street, isn't it? Comfort zones and stuff like that, isn't it? You know what I mean? Richard, hopefully he goes on tour. Yeah, it'd be good to see him. We haven't seen enough of him in it. Oh, good corner from Raul Vallecano. It's going to be a foul for Crystal Palace. It's another yellow card. Palace on. EC has got a yellow card there. Yeah, there you go. He looks like Eric Ten Hag, this player, the number 7, the one I spoke about earlier. I mean, if they give a red card, that will ruin the game. It will ruin the game, Rajat. Yes, it would. It wouldn't go to extra time probably, but it would ruin the game. It would destroy the game, and I don't think it's fair, for something like that to get a red card. And then that, because the player had it covered anyway. In my opinion, the player had it covered. But it's still 0-0, sort of cancelling each other out at the moment. Because the Palace do look the likely, but they're nothing dangerous. They haven't had a clear-cut opportunity yet. Neither of them, obviously, Raul Vallecano. Henderson kicked away, a little bit dodgy there. Flicked on by Wharton. It's one here by Valentine. Valentine gets it back. Pass back here in defence. They're going to kick it forward. The Rashiu plays it right back for Raul Vallecano. Cisse. It's passed out wide here towards Lopez. Lopez passes out wide to Garcia again, the danger man. He's going to cross again. And this time, it's a good chance there. It's a good chance for Alamau, the striker, the number 9 for Raul Vallecano. It was a good cross again from Garcia. I like the look of this player, but he is obviously over the hill in regards to age, but he's doing very well on that left-hand side. He's crossing the ball in great with his left foot. Brilliant. And almost, guys, from Alamau there. Almost. But it's still 0-0 as we speak, guys. 0-0 as we speak. The manager of Raul Vallecano, guys, is a man named Perez. Perez, his name's Inigo Perez. And guys, he's only 38 years old. And they are producing very good managers in Spain, aren't they? He's only 38 years old, guys. My goodness me. And he's managing Raul Vallecano. A young manager, guys. Yeah. Fair play. He played for Barcelona. And I can remember him playing for Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. I think the first goal in this game is so important. Whoever scores the first goal in the game, we can get the vibe to the game, to be honest with you. Get the vibe to the game. The first goal is so important. Matata there, of course. Big game for him tonight. Guys, hasn't had as potent season as he's had in the last couple of seasons. He hasn't, not as potent as it has been. Do you know what I mean? Munoz, guys, who, of course, very good right back. Munoz, I like Munoz a lot. He's good taking the throw in for Crystal Palace here. Munoz. Headed back towards Adam Wharton. Here we go with Mitchell. Mitchell with the ball here. Back to Wharton. Wharton, the talisman in this team, of course. Didn't get to the England team, of course. Here comes Crystal Palace, though, again on the attack. I do feel like with Raul Vallecano, if you stop the supply from the... that looked like a nasty challenge from Crystal Palace. He's all right. He's getting up. Yep. New challenger. Reclama to Florentina Perez. Reclama to Florentina Perez. Remember Juan Roman Reclama? Do you remember him? Michael Carrick should learn from Eric Harrison, Jimmy Murphy, and believe in bringing through academy players. At the moment, this is one of the biggest things that disappoints me and it worries me because it's not all about buying players. I mean, we all do that. Yes, Man United needs 6 or 7 players, but bring 6 or 7 players in. But, try and integrate a couple of the young players into the squad. That's what I'm asking. Try and do that. Because it will benefit him in the long term as well. It will benefit him. I'm not even lying. It will benefit him if one of the young players come in and they shine, and then it's going to just help him, and it's going to help the squad. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Bad goal kick there from the goalkeeper. Batala. So a lot of this Raul Vallecano team, of course, are journeymen. They've been around a long time. A lot of them are over 30 and things like that. Munoz takes the throw in for Crystal Palace. 0-0, guys. 28 minutes have gone in this game. Looks a very cagey, nervy affair at the moment. If I'm being totally honest with you guys, a couple of moments of brilliance, but nothing major. Another throw into Crystal Palace. They're getting a lot of throw-ins on this right-hand side. Everything's going down the right for Crystal Palace. Everything's going down the left for Raul Vallecano. Guys, absolutely. Wharton is involved in the game heavily. Should have been in the England squad as head of Henderson, in my opinion, definitely. Here comes Raul Vallecano in the midfield. Well, one back there by Palace, but it's one back well by Raul Vallecano as well. Interested to see how Vallecano cope with the whole game, how it goes for them with the pace of the game during the second half. It's gonna be the battle of the fittest, isn't it? Really, it's gonna be who's gonna be the fitter team and stuff, isn't it? Definitely. Back here with the goalkeeper. Is Raul Vallecano got it on the left there into the midfield. Very, very cagey, guys. Very cagey guy. Very cagey affair so far. Very, very cagey affair so far, guys, in my opinion. But here come Raul Vallecano on the right this time. There you go. They have got a right-hand side. Taking it. It's one back well there by Mitchell. Well played. Didn't last long on the right. It didn't last long on the right. Definitely. Yeah, looking forward to the season already, guys. Next season is going to be amazing. Obviously, we've got the World Cup before that. Looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting, the World Cup. Going to see a lot of new teams and stuff like that. Here's the place to be for the World Cup, guys. By the way, we're going to have good fun watching the World Cup and stuff. So that should be a good laugh, good old crap, guys. I'm interested to see a couple of teams I haven't seen before. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, teams that I wouldn't have otherwise seen. It's a good opportunity to scout, isn't it? Hopefully, Manchester United will be doing their scouting. You know what I mean? That's one thing I would say about scouting. Hopefully, Man United will be doing scouting in the World Cup, definitely. Hopefully, they will. Yeah. Cleared away by Crystal Palace. Yeah, they're going to need to pick up the pace a little bit in this game. 30 minutes gone, guys. 15 minutes to half-time. 0-0. They do need to pick up the pace a little bit in this game. Absolutely. Game's a little bit stale, if you ask me. Obviously, Raul Vallecano are trying to slow down the game. Crystal Palace trying to speed up the game. Raul trying to slow down the game. They're trying to play it at their own pace, more like a counter-attacking. One well there by Munoz. Cuts fair, but Mateta. Oh, it's a poor pass. It's a poor pass in the end. If they got that on target, it would have been a nice bit of play. Definitely. One back here, though, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are right. They're like vultures, straight to the ball, Crystal Palace. Munoz, Wharton. It's a foul for Crystal Palace. Canvo has been fouled. So interesting, Kamada in the midfield today for Crystal Palace alongside Wharton. I've been impressed with Kamada this season. Very impressed. But Wharton's already looking like he's dominating the game. He's bossing the game, to be honest with you. He looks like he's the one who's going to, if anything, he's the one who's going to be making the difference in this game. Very good player he is. Hopefully he doesn't go to Liverpool. Hopefully he doesn't. He's a very good player, though. Who's on the floor? Someone's on the floor for Crystal Palace. Glasner's giving out some instructions to Wharton at the moment. I think it's Sarr who's on the floor. I think it's Sarr who's on the floor there. It is Sarr, and the number 7 for Crystal Palace. I think he accidentally stepped on his back of his leg or something like that. I think something like that happened, maybe. It was Andre who did that. But yeah, he's going to be all right. So he's going to be okay. So what Glasner's looking to do is pressing. He's saying press. Keep the press on Raul Vallecano. This is why I think eventually Raul Vallecano they're gonna end up collapsing a little bit. They're gonna collapse eventually, in my opinion. Sar's not happy with the challenge. He has to go off first and then called back onto the pitch. Let's get this going, guys. Let's get this game going. It's going to be a drop ball, I believe here. You don't see drop balls these days as much as you used to, innit? You know, when you used to see the drop balls back in the day. It's given back to Crystal Palace. There's always an inevitability in it about a drop ball, unless the other team is absolutely scumbags. They're going to give the drop ball back to the team. You know what I mean? I mean, guys, I remember when Arsenal beat Sheffield United once at Highbury, and I think Sheffield United kicked the ball out for an injury to an Arsenal player. And basically, what happened is that Arsenal took the throw in and they threw it. They meant to throw it back to Sheffield United, but they threw it straight to the Arsenal player and he scored. They made it. I think they won 2-1, if I'm not wrong. They had to they replayed the game. Yeah, because you're not meant to do that. Sportsmanship. What they should have done, instead of replaying the game and cause all this commotion, they should just let Sheffield United score. That's what they should have done. You know? Sal, changes you made as Palace this early, which might help them in this match. Not yet. I wouldn't say there's any changes I would make right now at the moment. I think the team is relatively okay at the moment. I think they're performing well. I think they look a little bit toothless, but they ain't got anyone better than Mateta up front. So the only probably if I was to look at any changes for Crystal Palace at the moment, I like Kamada. Maybe in the second half we can bring on Strand Larson, striker. Maybe probably bring on what Crystal Palace usually do. They bring on Will Hughes, don't they? They usually bring him in sometimes and stuff like that. But definitely him. Rio Cardenas as well is another striker they can bring on. That's about it at the moment. I don't think anything other than that. I mean, obviously the Will Hughes thing. Yeah, Jefferson Lerma maybe. If any of the midfield gets tight. What's going on here? What's going on here with it? There's a lot of stop-start at the moment with Raul Vallecano at the moment. What's going on here? The goalkeeper was sitting on the floor. I don't know why. I don't know why the goalkeeper was sitting on the floor. Now he's got up. I don't know what's going on here at the moment, guys. I don't know what's going on at the moment. What's going on, guys? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. Game stopped for some reason. There's a lot of loads of nonsense, is it? The game has stopped. Yeah, just waiting for it to restart. Don't know what's going on. Something happened, and it's Raul Vallecano. They're just stopping. They're complaining about something. I don't know what they're complaining about at the moment, but they're out there complaining and stuff like that at the moment. I don't know what they're complaining about, to be honest with you. Doesn't look like anything serious, but it's just wasting a whole load of time here. Really. This game has been very stop-start, guys. It's been very, very cagey, sort of stoppy-starty game. No, it needs to improve, definitely. Typical finals, some may say. These finals, they happen like this, don't they? These kind of finals always occur like this, don't they? They always seem to happen like this. Very, very cagey sort of affairs and stuff. Anyway, guys, we are on the 38th minute. The team has... Look, I think there's an injury to a fan. A fan is having a heart attack, I don't know, or something. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know, but someone's ill in the stadium, which is why we're having this delay. Guys, we're having this delay. This is why we're having this delay. So the whole game had to stop for this. Did the whole game have to stop for this? I don't know. I wish the supporter well, of course. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Lots of anger, lots of arguing and stuff like that. Lots of confusion as well. Guys, it's wasting a lot of minutes, to be honest with you, guys. Just play some football. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on. Start acting like you care. Let's get on with the game. That's it. It was a medical emergency in the crowd. It's a medical emergency. Yeah. So, guys, we're going to get about a few minutes injury time, definitely now. We stopped the game. Anyway, here come Real Vallecano anyway. I think they slowed down the game. I think they'll be happy with that. Definitely. Here in Leipzig, of course. Christopher Vell will know a lot about Leipzig and this stadium. Cross comes in. You're not far away from a Man United connection. Chance, good strike there. A very good strike there from Lopez. Unai Lopez with the strike for Raul Vallecano. He took the strike there. It was a good strike. If it was on target, that's in the back of the net. It wasn't. It was a good effort, though, but just goes wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Yeah. Good strike. Almost. Best opportunity for them. They play is back on. Big up, Greg. Thanks for that. Here become Palace, though. Palace, chance. It's going to be a corner. Yes, it's a corner for Crystal Palace, guys. Crystal Palace were probably the biggest game for Crystal Palace in their history, certainly on a European level. Probably the biggest game in their history, in my opinion. Definitely. Guys. I can see Mateta getting a goal here. Guys, I'm calling it now. I can see Mateta getting a goal here. I can see him getting a goal. Adam Wharton's going to take the corner kick for Crystal Palace. Lots of fighting in the box there. Isn't that a pen? Yeah, lots of shoveling, this game is getting a little bit treacherous, I think. I could see this game getting a little bit aggressive, and don't be surprised there's a red card in this game. I can see that at the moment. It's a corner coming. Header. Almost got it back in the box. It's going to be a goal kick. Poor of that from the player. He should have retrieved the ball better than that. And Lacroix, of course, Lacroix was linked to Man United this week. I spoke about him. It's a poor retrieval of the ball to ball. It's ended up losing the ball, of course. Lots of pushing and shoving, Greg. Yes, lots of pushing and shoving in the box there. Loads of it. All that nonsense. Goal kick played long there towards the big man up front. Well, he's not really big. Towards the guy there, Alema. Mateta. No. Free kick to Crystal Palace. It's going to be a yellow card for Adam Wharton. Quick free kick to Raul Vallecano. It's a yellow card. EC got fouled. EC Palazon is the one who's on the floor. He's the one who's injured. Or he got fouled, should I say. Yeah, it's a little bit late from Wharton. A little bit naughty from Wharton. You've got to be careful in those situations, definitely. Yeah, you got to be careful there. He really does. You've got to be sharp in those situations. I know that it's easy to mistime it. But it's a yellow card now, Wharton. He's going to have to be careful the rest of the game. You know, they're going to be playing on that. Definitely. 42 minutes have gone on the clock, guys. We're going to have a little bit of injury. Probably injury time, probably 6-7 minutes, I would have thought. But anyway, it's a free kick to Raul Vallecano on the left-hand side. Palazon is going to be taking a free kick. You see Palazon. It looks like Eric Ten Hag. He's going to be taking the free kick. The cross comes in. Cleared away by Palace. And as expected, it's a very, very even game, in my opinion. But Crystal Palace are slightly the better of the play, in my opinion. But it has been an even game, definitely. Yeah. Guys, don't forget to join me tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, of course, with the latest and the greatest in regards to transfer news. Of course, lots of things are occurring as we speak. Of course, guys, lots of it. Going to be a foul for Raul. No, he's not. He's retrieved the ball well. It is a foul for Raul Vallecano. It is. Kamada with the foul. It's going to be another foul for... no, it's not a foul this time. Kamada. He's going to get it out wide. Out wide here to Munoz. Munoz with the ball, though, for Crystal Palace. Can he get the ball in? That's the thing with Munoz. He can't... there we go. It's a chance for Crystal Palace. He gets the ball in. Can he? No. It's a handball. It's a handball. Crystal Palace handballed it. It's not. It's a handball. Yeah, it's a handball. He saw that well. He definitely saw that well. Yeah, it was. He had his arm up. It was an accident, but he had his arm up. You're going to give a free kick away from that. Yeah, it's a little bit of an accidental handball, but you know what I mean. Would like to see that if that was the other way around. Actually, he would have to give a penalty, wouldn't he, for that one? His hand was high. Yeah, it's a goal kick. It's a free kick to Vallecano. Garcia. Oh, this game. It's me. Can we get a couple of minutes like of open play? We've got minute to half time plus injury time, guys. Absolutely. Arsenal, just a little bit of news coming in from elsewhere in the Premier League. Arsenal are demanding up to 20 million for Gabriel Jesus, guys. I mean, I don't know who's going to buy a Gabriel Jesus. Then, I mean, he isn't really prolific, is he? Yeah. 20 million is not bad. If I was an up-and-coming team in the Premier League, like if I got promoted, if I was like, you know, a team in that sort of mid-table sort of area, if I was like a Tottenham or... no, he won't go to Tottenham, but if I was like an Everton or something like that, I would look at Gabriel Jesus. I would. Play from Palace and it's cleared away. It's back here to Munoz. Munoz is going to be passing it here, out here. Here we go. Back to Munoz, guys. Well, 45 minutes, guys. We're going into intro. We're going to see how much injury time has been added on, guys. 4 minutes only. I thought it'd be more than that. 4 minutes has been added on, guys. 4 minutes of injury time in this first. It's free kick to Raul Vallecano. No, he plays it in. Thought he was going to give a free kick there. No free kick given. No free kick given. Here comes Raul Vallecano on the attack. And the cassette one back well again by Crystal Palace. They just need to be, if Crystal Palace can get sorted out the front line, I think they'll be comfortable in this game. They're winning the ball back very well. Long ball by Wharton. Wharton towards Mateta there. Mateta can't quite get it. He's going to pass it back to Munoz. Munoz making the move. It's still with Mateta though. Guys, it's still with him. Here's Wharton again. Long ball into the box. Good chance. Oh, a big miss there. Huge miss there by Mitchell. Tyrone Mitchell missed the ball, guys. Unbelievable miss from Tyrone Mitchell. He's open there, guys. It should have been 1-0. It should have been 1-0 there for Mitchell. Mitchell, come on, mate. Get that on target. That should have been 1-0. That was the chance there. He got it on the front of his head. He should have got it on the side of his head, sort of bent it in there. But that should have been 1-0 to Crystal Palace there. 100%, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Sean. How you doing, my friend? Hope we're doing well. Crystal Palace playing very well. They're the better side at the moment. I don't think very well, but they are the better side. They should have been 1-0 up now. They should have been 1-0 up. That was the best chance of the game. Crystal Palace have been the dominant side so far, in my opinion. Guys, yeah, it was clean there. Manager's not happy. If it fell for the likes of if it fell for like Mateta, that's 1-0. 100% all day long. If it fell for Mateta, that's 1-0 all day long, guys. Big up, Michael. Miracle, Carrick. Big up, Miracle. How you doing? A painful match to watch. So far, yes. So far, yeah. I think it's going to get better. I think it's a slow burner. I think it's going to get better. I do, actually. I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to be a good second half, of course. Cancelling each other out, I mean, is this game so far. But, yeah, Crystal Palace missed a huge opportunity just now. Should have been 1-0 to Crystal Palace, absolutely. Should have been 1-0. There's a throw-in to Raul Vallecano here. Taking it to Palizon. Palizon passes it back there to the defence. Cease. Yeah, you don't want to be living to regret those sort of misses because that wasn't basically an open net. Just need to get it on target. Get it on target. It's in the corner. Goalkeeper's doing nothing with that. Hopefully they don't rule those chances, those missed chances, guys. Mitchell, the one who missed the chance. Kamada passed in there towards mid. Oh goodness me, that's a goal kick to Crystal Palace, guys. It's a goal kick. Got about 30 seconds. It's half to go, guys. Still 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Vallecano. I can't believe he's missed that. If you look at that angle, my goodness me, it's a harsh one, isn't it? If he gets that on target, it's a goal. It's as simple as that. He can't be missing chances like that. A monumental, generational miss from Mitchell. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully they don't suffer with that miss, of course. Infield here, guys, towards Mateta. Mateta passes it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell cuts inside. Kamada get in the midfield, guys. Look, Crystal Palace are in a good way. Lacroix. Crystal Palace are in a good way. They're still in a good way. They could still, I think they're going to win this game. I do think they're going to win this game. I really do. The way they're playing, if they carry on like this, I think they'll score. It won't be an absolute annihilation, but I think that could spread. Half time, guys. Crystal Palace 0, Rayo Vallecano 0. Guys, to sum up that game, to be honest with you, it was a game of one half, guys. One half, really, because I think Crystal Palace dominated that half, I'll be honest with you, but they haven't got the goal. And whilst you don't get the goal, guys, anything can happen. It's 0-0. Obviously, Crystal Palace, the better side. They've got the better players, in my opinion. They've got the more potent players, more dangerous players. But rather, kind of be happy to go in at 0-0 at half time. Definitely, they'll be delighted with that because obviously, the way that Vallecano are looking at it, they're looking at it like, look, we want to get that counter-attacking goal sort of thing and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Nick, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Sal, do you think Adam Wharton is good for Manchester United's midfield? Yes, Rick, I do think that. I think he is good. I think if he's good for Liverpool, he's good for Man United, definitely. I think he's better than Ederson. Yeah, that's what I would say about that. A lot better. He's dominating this midfield at the moment, in my opinion. I think he's been phenomenal so far in the midfield. He is. And I think he won't go to Man United. I think he's going to go to Liverpool or someone like that, definitely. But I do rate him very highly. I think he's a very good player. And you know that the sign of a good player who can perform well on these big occasions and massive games like this, Crystal Palace, European final, guys, massive game for Crystal Palace, probably the biggest game in their history, of course, barring the FA Cup, of course. They did win the FA Cup. But I mean, in the European capacity, it is probably the biggest game in their history at the end of the day. Guys, absolutely. Miracle Carrick. Wharton is a very good player. He is a very good player. However, Man United are not making the move for some reason. They're not making the move for Adam Wharton. We've been linked to Adam Wharton, but not making the move, which is a little bit surprising because I do rate him very highly. And him and Anderson, like, you know what I mean? Him, Anderson, Tonali, Chouamini, all these type of players, you know what I mean? Very good players. I'm a little bit conflicted about Wharton in regards to the tier 1 or tier 2. I think he'd be more like a tier 2 sort of player. I don't think he'd be the tier 1. I think he'd be the tier 2 player if I'm not. Anyway, guys, it is 0-0 at half time, guys, in this game. Just watching a little bit of advert. New Zealand, of course, are in the World Cup, guys. We got a chance to see Iran against New Zealand in the World Cup, guys. Now, a little bit of news in regards to Iran and the World Cup. Of course, Iran have qualified for the World Cup, by the way, conveniently, of course, guys. And they will not be allowed to stay in America as we speak. They will not be allowed to stay in America for the World Cup. It's the first time that's happened that a team has been rejected to stay in a country that the World Cup is hosted in. Absolutely. So Iran won't be able to do that. They will have to go to Mexico or Canada, guys. Well, you know what? I did think that politics took a back seat when it came to football, but obviously not. Guys, but Iran won't be able to like all the games that have been scheduled for them in America. It's going to be very difficult for them. They are still going to be playing in America, by the way, but what I'm hearing, they're not allowed to stay there. If I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Daypass.com, absolutely. Big up fan, what's going on? The big final is coming, 3-0 win to PSG. I hope so. Sal, I don't think United should go for Tonali. They should try it Tchouaméni. I agree, Rick. I think Tchouaméni is a better player. Of course he is. He's a French international, 43 caps for France, plays for Real Madrid, an unbelievable player. Of course he is. I would argue that they're slightly different, if I'm being honest with you. I think that both of them together will probably complement each other very well. I do think that. However, I agree that Tchouaméni is a better player. They'll be about the same price. However, as Fabrizio Romano said, it's double clarifies what I said earlier today, is that Man United are very aware of Tchouaméni. They want Tchouaméni, but it's going to be incredibly difficult to do the deal, but it's not impossible. So that is basically the nutshell of it. It's obviously a difficult deal to do. Obviously, with everything that's gone on over the last few weeks with Tchouaméni, with Valverde, it might make it a little bit easier. There is obviously rumors that the price has gone down to like 69.5 million, about 70 million, of course, guys. So that is very, very attainable, in my opinion. Definitely, guys. And it would be a fantastic signing for Man United, as would Tonali. But obviously, look, I would like to see what Man United do. I really do in this window. I'm going to see what Man United do and see how serious they are, guys. Because look, guys, you can't put anything past Man United just signing Ederson and just moving on. Do you know what I mean? You can't put it past them. You really can't. Do you know what I mean, Rick? And if they don't get Tchouaméni, they should get Scott and Bawadi. Get both of them. Yeah, well, both good players. Obviously, there's Anderson there. They still get him if they want. Tonali's, I would buy an elite player. And I think Tonali's one of them. Tchouaméni's one of them. Anderson is one of them. Wharton could be one of them. I think that the likes of Scott and Bawadi are the third choice midfielders for me. I think they're both better than Ederson, by the way. But I think they're the third choice. I think the second choice should be Matheus Fernandes. That guy, for me, is an unbelievable player. And he's going to be a perfect fit for Manchester United. Matheus Fernandes is better than Scott and he's better than Bawadi, in my opinion. Scott's a very good player, but I think in regards to the midfield, I think he'd be the third choice, guys, in my opinion. And I do place Scott. His performances on a huge part of that was down to Areola, absolutely. I'll be back, guys. Definitely, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, so look, there's a bracket of players that Man United are after. Obviously, Anderson, Tonali, Tchouaméni, Fernandes, Matheus Fernandes, Alex Scott. There's a few players there that Man United are earmarking who could possibly come to Man United. There's also the likes of Yavi Guerra, Lamine Kamara, Lucien Agume, who have been interested in Man United. Then you've got Keith Schmidt and players like that. Then obviously you've got Baleba and Ederson and stuff. So there are a lot of players on Man United's wish list. There's only a small amount of players who are deemed elite for me in regards to what we link to. There's only about three, probably I would say Anderson, Tonali, guys, and Tchouaméni. Those are three who are available right now. I think those three players are the elite players. I think that they're the ones who would be should be the number one targets. I don't want us to sign Ederson as a marquee signing. I know that Ineos and the Glazers are very delusional when it comes to that. If Ederson ends up being our marquee signing, we're in big trouble, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Irfan, Moises 120, Man United, your challenge is big. No, mate. No, thank you, mate. Can't even get in a Colombian national team. No, thank you. Sam, Joshua Scherzi should join AC Milan. I think he will. I think he's going to leave. I think that appearance against Brighton was a farewell. I was happy to see that. I think it was a good touch. I was happy to see Malacia as well, because obviously we're going to be saying goodbye to them. I know. Thanks for nothing, Malacia. I know you haven't done anything, Tyro, but you know what I mean? Thanks for nothing, you know what I mean? But I wish you all the best. Yeah, it was a good touch to have Tyro Malacia and Xerxes come on the pitch for a little while, at least. You know what I mean? It was nice to see them on the pitch, definitely. Guys, absolutely. Anyway, look, guys, Crystal Palace have completely dominated this game. There should be 1-0 up. There's a couple of chances for Raul Vallecano just past the post one, but nothing special from Raul Vallecano, in my opinion. I can see Crystal Palace, if they get the first goal, Crystal Palace, I can see Crystal Palace winning away with it. 2-0, 3-0, I think. But obviously, I do think that Raul Vallecano do need to score the first goal if Raul Vallecano have an opportunity to win this game. Because the way the game is going at the moment, Crystal Palace will score. You can see Crystal Palace sitting back and counter-attacking on Raul Vallecano. I can see that happening. So Raul Vallecano really got to try and get a goal. I mean, I know that they're playing very pragmatic style. They're looking for the wings at the moment with Garcia on the wing and Palazon. So they're looking for that at the moment. But yeah, I can see them winning. Moises Caicedo is not a £120 million player, fan. It's not that he's not good. He's not a £120 million player. No. 80 million, about right, I would have thought. But he hasn't performed well this season. And I would say that not even being called up to the Colombian national team is very, very damning, isn't it? The Colombian national team are not stacked with world-class players. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. And he's not being picked. It's crazy, isn't it? Definitely crazy. Yeah, they've obviously got someone who's better than him in the midfield, haven't they? And that's what I would say. So I would not be paying 120 million for Moises Caicedo. No, when you got Alex Scott, Ayo Bialdi, Keith Schmidt, Mateus Fernandes, who I think is better than him. You know what I mean? And then, there's other players. There's players there who I'm mentioning who are highly underrated. Highly underrated because people just look at the star names. You know what I mean? I tend not to do that. I look at the with my eyes and see what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Anderson's better. Stiller's better. Chouamini's better. Tonali's better. And they're a lot more cheaper, my opinion. And I'm only going by performances this season. You can only go by the last few performances, the last few months. You can only go by in football, the way football works, right? And the way I look at football is that the mark of a great player is a player who's consistent season, every season. Yeah, they got the odd bad game, 1 or 2 bad games here and there, but ultimately they're consistent. Caicedo's not been consistent. I wouldn't obviously criticize him too much because obviously the Chelsea situation is not the best situation in the world. So I wouldn't criticize him too much. But what I would say is because a lot of players at Chelsea are not performing. Cucurella's not played well. Enzo Fernandez has not played well either. Palmer's not played well either. There's many players in that side that's not played well, and there's obviously something going on there. But what I would say is that obviously when a player's not playing well, their price drops. So I would love a signing of Caicedo, fan. It would be an amazing signing. Yeah, 70, 80 million probably if we get that. But I would much prefer players that are playing well at the moment for their club. And that's what I would say. I don't think Man United can take any risks right now. We're not in a position to take risks. Do you know what I mean? And Chelsea didn't particularly do well against PSG in the Champions League, conceded how many goals? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I don't think he was very solid in that game either. Sam, it's funny West Ham United are keeping Nuno Espirito Santo in the Championship. Good for them, Sam. Good for them. I think it would be a little bit harsh for Nuno to leave them once they get relegated. I know that Nuno Santos is a good manager and he shouldn't be in the Championship. He was a little bit harshly treated at Nottingham Forest. But the Championship's difficult, guys. It's going to be a difficult ride for West Ham United. Guys, you know what? I'm very close to doing the West Ham versus Millwall game next season. That's going to be big. That one is going to be a hell of a game. If you know about the rivalry between Millwall and West Ham, they made a film about it called Green Street. Right, that will be the game. And they haven't played each other for years because obviously they've been in different divisions. Now they're going to be in the same division. Yeah, absolutely. So it will be Millwall and West Ham next season. Might do watch-alongs for that next season. That's going to be very interesting. That game, definitely, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone, guys. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys would do that for you, great to have you guys here tonight. I really appreciate you. And 0-0 between Raul Vallecano and Crystal Palace in this game, guys. Let's hope for a better second half, of course, guys. Let's hope for a better second half. Let's hope that we get a better second half, guys. So interested to see if there's any changes. I don't know if there's going to be any changes, but interesting to see if there is any. At the moment, I don't think I'll make any changes. I think Crystal Palace are relatively good. In regards to Raul Vallecano, I don't think they're going to make any two. I think Raul Vallecano are happy to keep it 0-0 as well. As much as they're keeping it 0-0, I think they're going to be delighted with that, in my opinion. Definitely. I think they'll be happy with that. No doubt about it, guys. Absolutely. So, guys, watching me all around the world, let me know where you're watching from. Thank you so much for joining me on Stretford Post. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're 14,172 now. We got to reach 14,200 now, guys. Listen, we jumped leaps and bounds. 170 subscribers literally in a week, guys. So really good movement and really good growth as well. So let's get up to 14,200. Let's see if we can get to that. Let's see if you can smash a like on that, guys. Absolutely. Big up fan from Mauritius. Yeah, I know you're from Mauritius, my friend. I know you're from Mauritius. Lovely Mauritius, of course. Man United need more powerful players like Onana from Aston Villa. Indeed, yes. Casemiro was one. We ain't got him anymore. We need athletic. It's called athleticism. That's what we need. Athleticism. We need people who are strong, athletic in the midfield. I don't think we have that at the moment. Strong and athletic players. We don't have many big players. Do you know what I mean? In our team at the moment, it's a lot of small players. Anyway, the second half is about to get underway, guys, in this Conference League final. Let's not forget a little bit of a recap. There is the Europa League, the Champions League, the Europa League, and then the Conference League. So there's 3 trophies to fight for in Europe. The Champions League, of course, is the top 5 in most leagues of teams that get through. Obviously, the Conference League is the teams that come like 7th and 8th in the league. Europa League's about 6, 7. And Conference League is about 8, 9, I think. I think there's only one team that goes in the Conference League, but it's about 8 or 9. And the Europa League is 6, 7. So massive game for Crystal Palace. And big game for them. And they're looking good for their money. Manchester United versus Coventry City in their season big match. It's been a long time, Samuel, hasn't it? It's a bit of a nostalgia for me because I look at Coventry City and they're one of the originators of the Premier League is Coventry City. Dion Dublin, Darren Huckabee, you know what I mean, and Steven Grizovic, Peter Enlove, all these players, you know what I mean, back in the Premier League era. Those were good times. They haven't been in the Premier League since 2001, guys. Unbelievable. 25 years absent, a quarter of a century. Guys, they haven't been in the Premier League. So welcome back, Coventry City. And of course, Coventry have had all sorts of problems over the years: stadium problems, money problems, financial problems. Yeah, they've had all sorts of issues over the years, haven't they? It's good to see them back, absolutely. And a little bit of nostalgia. They were once the longest-serving top-flight team. I believe they're the only team not to get relegated or something. And Arsenal have been relegated, by the way. Anyway, we kick off here in the second half, guys, with Raul Vallecano kicking off from right to left. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's get those subscriptions up. Let's see if we can get to at least a few more today, guys. That would be great tonight. And big up everyone in the stream. Massive second half, this guys, absolutely. Look, guys, I don't want it to go to extra time, but right now it looks a little bit extra timey, if you know what I mean. It does look like that. And as I'm a curse when it comes to extra time because I seem to run into extra time every single time, guys. Absolutely. I mean, I remember we were doing the Ethicon together and we had a few extra times. But like I always say, guys, it can go to extra time as long as it goes to penalties. That's all I care about because if it goes to penalties, it's entertaining, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a reward for extra time. Anyway, here come Crystal Palace on the left-hand side. Cuts in. Mateta. Oh, close there, guys. It was close to Mateta there. Really good attack there from Tyrell Mitchell. Got the cross in. Mateta almost got there, guys. A big chance for Crystal Palace. It's like a bit like last-ditch defending from Raul Vallecano at the moment. It's like they're very last-ditch. And yeah, good cross from Tyrell Mitchell. Just couldn't get a good tackle there for the number 24 there from Raul Vallecano. But Crystal Palace do look more dangerous, guys. They do look more dangerous in this game. Absolutely. Now, it's going to be a throw into Crystal Palace here, guys. Munoz will take the throw here. Guys, we've got 46 minutes on the clock, 0-0. Crystal Palace look confident, I would say that. Cross comes in with the throw-in. It's a goal kick. It's nothing to rant and rave about. It's a goal kick, guys. Nothing special, guys. Absolutely not. I would say that Raul Vallecano are playing very well defensively. They look very solid, guys, as you expect. They've probably been preparing for this game for a very long time. Of course, It is probably Raul Vallecano's biggest game in their history too. Let's not forget. Isn't it funny though? West Ham won this a couple of years ago, and now they're relegated. You know, and now they're relegated. But let me just tell you something like that, guys, about that. Like I would say about Anderson at Man United. If Declan Rice was playing for West Ham now, West Ham can go from winning trophies to nothing, to get relegated. That's how important these players are for these teams. See what I mean? Coventry had a player called Mickey Quinn, yeah, who used to be on TalkSport. Yeah, they've had some good players. They had Dion Dublin, Darren Huckabee, Peter Unlove, Yusuf Shipo, Mustafa Haji, Whelan. Remember, no, was it Whelan? Whelan in defence. Yellow card and foul on Kamada there for Raul Vallecano. Yellow card there. Talbot, you remember him? Yeah, Rufus. Was it Rufus Brevet? Rufus Brevet. Remember him? Yeah, I remember him very well. Trying to think of their fullbacks as well. I couldn't remember it. Oh, I remember Darren Breen, wasn't it? Was it Darren Breen? Breen? Breen. Scored a really, really crazy own goal at Old Trafford once. Oh, crazy own goal. I also remember Andy Gorham playing against Coventry City at Old Trafford. And Man United winning 4-2. Who remembers that game? Andy Gorham. I think he played his only game for Man United against Coventry City. I think it was. And we won 4-2. Very good game back in 2001. You remember that? Yeah. Other than that, Coventry City was the game where you win 2-0. That was the 2-0 game. We always used to win 2-0 at Old Trafford. But always a difficult game, especially at Highfield Road. Was a very difficult place to go. And hated going there. Won a league title there once. Remember that? Back in 94? Won a league title there. Yeah, it was always a very, very difficult place to go. Absolutely difficult place to go. But great players are playing for Coventry City. Yeah, you remember the Tottenham versus Coventry final back in the 80s. Morgan Rogers would be good for Man United. Maybe. Let's wait. Grace, then big up, Grace. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Morgan Rogers. You know what I'm tired of? Can I be honest with you guys? What I'm very tired of, and I think people have heard who listen and tune into Stretford Post a lot. What I'm tired of is players that continue to cut in and shoot. I want to see a left footer on the left crossing the ball into the box. That's what I want to see. I want to see a right foot on the right crossing the ball into the box. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to see more. Anyway, Crystal Palace here. Kamada. Back to Wharton. Wharton, who's been actually the best player on the pitch for me. Definitely. He's the one, he's the engine. You can tell already bombing forward here. He's going there. Wow, good strike. Goal for Crystal Palace. Well done, Adam Wharton, guys. Adam Wharton with a strike. And it is Mateta, as predicted, who's got the goal for Crystal Palace, guys. Crystal Palace in a European final are 1-0 up, guys. The biggest goal in their history, guys. The biggest goal in their history. And this is not a rehearsal. This is not Ted Lasso. I know it was at Crystal Palace. This is Crystal Palace 1-0 up in Europe, guys. There you go. In a European final. Mateta on the spot, but well played, Adam Wharton, guys. Well played, Adam Wharton. A great run from Adam Wharton for the middle of the pitch. Struck the ball well. Hasn't scored for Crystal Palace, but struck the ball well. He's onside and he taps it in, guys. He's way onside. It is 1-0 to Crystal Palace in the Conference League final. Now, Raul Vallecano have to do something, guys. Now they have to do something. Well played to Crystal Palace. 1-0 to Crystal Palace and a good composed finish from Mateta, guys. It come off his shin, but it's a very good composed finish. I know so many Crystal Palace fans, guys. They'll be going absolutely mad right now. I know there were some with season tickets and all sorts. Definitely. Glasner delighted. I didn't watch George Best play for Man United, fan. I'm too young for that. I've met George Best. Guess where I met George Best? Leighton. George Best, in some eyes, was the best player of all time. Obviously, a lot of his career wasn't captured on camera. I met him. He was supposed to play in a celebrity match in Leighton, but basically where I live, in my garden, basically. George Best, but he didn't make it. I remember him coming out with a black leather jacket, and he came back and I said, "Hey, George best, shook my hand. And yeah, and that's about it. We didn't have bloody camera phones then, unfortunately. The amount of people that I could have took photos with, unbelievable. But George Best, I would have loved that photo, definitely. God rest his soul, of course. One of the greatest players ever to play for Man United. Played under the great Sir Matt Busby, of course, as well. You know, scored in the 1968 European Cup final. Is it no goal? What's going on, guys? What's going on here, guys? What's going on here? Why are they taking so much time, guys? It's a goal. Come on. They're taking so much time to get the game back under the way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that goal. Grace, we got Ahmad and Mbuma, who are both left-footed, and they're both rubbish on the left. Yeah, because a lot of players now practice inverted wingers. So basically, what they want, and it's a modern thing, Grace. It's basically they want to get more stats. That's it. So because when you cut in, you can shoot. You get more chance of goals. Unfortunately, we don't have the Beckhams of these days. You know what I mean? Who could just go on that right-hand side and cross a ball on the right with his right foot on the sixpence. You don't get that anymore. You know what I mean? And yeah, it would be great to have that sort of player again. But we've always got players who on the right cuts in on his left, on the left cuts in on his right. And it's just, I mean, look, I just want simplicity. I think football's gone too like complicated, and people just so much stat padding so much these days. I think a big free kick to Crystal Palace in a dangerous position, guys. That was a cynical free kick, a cynical foul there, guys, by the defender, Lutune. That was one. Big up. Leighton, Leighton, Leyton, in Blackpool. No, Leighton in East London. There's only one Leighton. There's a football club in League One called Leighton Orient. I basically lived there. That's where I lived. I'm from Leytonstone, like David Beckham. David Beckham's from Leytonstone, which is around the corner, literally 5-minute walk from Leighton. So basically the same place. That's where it is. If you know David Beckham, you know where Leighton is. Yeah. Whips Cross Hospital, lads. You know what I mean? That's why I am. There's only one Leighton. Leyton. Anyway, it's a free kick to Crystal Palace. Evening, Jay. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. So I can't believe Barcelona paid 70 million for Gordon, but won't pay 23 million for Rashford. They're scumbags, Jay. Absolute scumbags. They're absolute frauds, Barcelona. I knew that from the beginning. Guys, whoever's been to a Man United versus Barcelona game, and I've been to a Champions League final, right? You know how arrogant and scumbag-ish Barcelona fans are. Free kick. Great. Oh, my goodness. How did that stay out? It's a goal. Is it? No. How did that stay out? Oh, my goodness. What a strike. That was a hell of a strike there. Oof. Oh, my word. I've never seen anything like that. It hit the top of the crossbar, and it went on the other side of the goal and hit the other post. My goodness me. Oh, that is as close as you're ever going to get, guys. Wow. That is incredible. That is incredible. That was incredible. I've never seen that like that. Definitely. Sam, all week people have been saying about Patrick Dorgan goal was lucky against Brighton. People played that Man United. Chris Pat's going to score. Oh, my goodness, they've missed again. Raul Vallecano collapsing. I did say this once Crystal Palace scored the first goal, they're going to get 2 and 3. You know what I mean? But they've had a couple of chances here. They better not rule those mistakes. It's a good save from the keeper again, to be honest with you. Oh, goodness me. It's a poor miss, to be honest with you, with Mateta. You should be burying that in the back of the net. Yeah, should be burying that in the back of the net. It should be 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Adam Wharton's going to take the corner kick, guys. Should be 2-3-0 to Crystal Palace right now. Crystal Palace, they better not rule these chances. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a corner kick to Crystal Palace coming in here. 1-0 to them. Chance. Yeah, they're at 6s and 7s, Raul Vallecano at the moment. Now, this is where they can get into the game. Counter attack there. It's a slip there in the Crystal Palace defense. Wharton, he's gone from taking a corner to defending the area there. That's what we're talking about, good players, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Adam Wharton there went from doing a corner, right? He's over at the other side of the pitch doing defensive work. That's proper, guys. That's proper. Absolutely. Absolutely proper. Yeah, look, what I was saying, Sam. Ignore the haters. Ignore the haters. We're always going to be hated. Hated or never ignored. They're always going to, slander Man United. As far as I look at that goal for Patrick Dorgu, let me give you an example. It's like a deflection. It was like a deflection. It was so quick. You have to give him it because it is his goal. Because at the end of the day, it was so quick. It was going on target. It's like a deflection. When a shot is deflected in the goal, they don't say it's an own goal, do they? It was on target, and it should be a goal for Adam for Dorgu. They just didn't want, obviously, Bruno Fernandes breaking a record. That's it. And Man United players are always going to be scrutinized. Always going to be, guys. Half an hour to go, guys. 1-0 to Crystal Palace in the Conference League final. Here, guys. I do believe it is Crystal Palace's first European final in their history, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. But how many European finals have Crystal Palace played? Right. Today, this one, it's their first European final in their history. It's their first European final in their history. Crystal Palace is first in their history, guys. Another Raul Vallecano players on the floor. Another Raul Vallecano players on the floor. Bear me a second, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone in the stream. Big up Beef Bully. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So, even if it says that their assist will be taken off from Bruno, no, it's not going to be taken. It's already been confirmed. Sam, should Jose Mourinho sell Jenny Funa and Kylian Mbappe on the left wing? Can I be honest? Chance. Oh, another cross. Good cross that. Can I be honest with you, my friend? Yes, Jose should sell them. I don't think forget Vinny Jr. I don't think they should have signed Mbappe. I know that he's their player of the year. I just didn't think they needed him. I felt that I think he's been a disruptor on the team. I do. And I honestly also think, and this is controversial, I think Vinny Jr. is overrated. I do. Sorry, guys. I do. I think he's a little bit overrated. I think he's a little bit too much on himself. Considering the players that have played for Real Madrid over years, I would say definitely overrated, guys. Yeah. Look, if he's a good player, but the way they hype him up, my goodness me, I think he's a little bit overrated, guys. Absolutely. Well, Real Madrid don't take defeat lightly. They lost the league comfortably to Barcelona, their arch rivals, of course. They don't take defeat lightly. They're going to really do some business this summer, and I think, some players will be leaving, definitely. The problem is that nobody is going to buy Kylian Mbappe. Nobody can afford Kylian Mbappe. Nobody can afford Vinny Jr. The only people you can imagine that can afford these players is probably Saudi Arabia. It's probably just Saudi Arabia can afford these players. I can't see anyone. Man United, certainly. I know that some people talk about Man United going after Mbappe. I think that'd be the biggest mistake of many. That'd be the biggest mistake Man United have ever made. That would be, because that is the cherry on the icing on the cake, guys, when we haven't even got the base of the cake. You know what I mean? Need to build a cake before you put the cherry on it. That would be crazy if Man United did that. But I don't think Man United are gonna do that, to be honest with you. Another foul on Kamada. They've got a personal vendetta against Kamada at the moment. Kamada's on the floor again. Yeah, that's a foul. That's cynical. I mean, I'm surprised no one's been sent off in this game yet. I'll be honest with you guys. I am a little bit shocked that no one's been sent off in this game yet. They are a little bit an aggressive team, isn't it? Raul Vallecano. Garcia's got the yellow card. Yeah, they're making a substitution about Vallecano, guys. They're making a sub. Yeah. Lopez is coming off. Oscar Valentin is also coming off, the midfielder. And on the pitch comes, guys, I'm just waiting to see who's the players coming on, is Diaz and Mendy. Diaz and Mendy are coming on. Diaz and Mendy are coming on for Raul Vallecano. They made the changes. They're going to have to do something. Crystal Palace should have been well clear in this game. I'll be honest with you. Crystal Palace should have been 3 or 4 up. They missed some chances in this game. Big chances, major chances in this game, especially in the second half. They have missed some major chances in this game. We've got 28 minutes of the game to go, guys, though. And it is 1-0 to Crystal Palace. So whilst it's 1-0, Raul Vallecano still have a chance. And whilst it's still only 1-0, of course, guys. Mendy's playing on the left side centre-back. The 32's come on. Passes it. He's infield at the moment. Passes it out here wide. Chance gone straight to Henderson. Henderson's comfortable today. He's had a comfortable evening, should I say. Chavara, who is the player on the who's like playing like a left sort of player. You know what I mean? I haven't seen much on Palazon today. Palazon's one of their best players. Palazon's EC, he's got in the back of his shirt, the number 7. He's one of their best players. I haven't seen much of him today. Of course, 31-year-old. Here comes Crystal Palace, though. Tyrell Mitchell on the left-hand side. Passes it back here. Crystal Palace need to get back into it here in regards to goal scoring. I mean, if they get another one, it's game over. Here they go. Nice little bit of play. He's open in the box. Look up. Oh, he tried it. Sarr, was it Sarr? He tried to be cheeky there. There were players in the box there. You should have picked your man out. I mean, if it went in, it would have been genius, but it didn't. So, yeah, Sarr was a little bit greedy there, in my opinion, but he tried it. If he saw it, he tried it. There were players in the box, though, waiting for the ball. Yeah, you can't, it's the Europa League. It's a Conference League final, should I say. You've got to be like there, you know. Of course, Glasner's leaving at the end of the season, isn't he? He's leaving at the end of the season. Areola leaving, Glasner leaving. All of them are leaving. Everyone's leaving. The only one staying is Nuno Santos. He's staying at West Ham in the Championship. He's going to see the Millwall against West Ham. That's what he's there for. He goes, I want a bit of that. He wants a bit of that. Got 25 minutes of the game to go, guys. Still 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Guys, Andre's not too happy. He's moaning again. Andre. He's the one who's moaning in the team quite a lot at Raul Vallecano. Guys. Inago Lopez, the manager of Raul Vallecano, the young manager, of course, only 33 years old, guys. A former Barcelona player, guys. Yeah, I mean... I think one of the most humbling things about football is that when you see players make their debut and then like 16, 17 years old, and then they're managing a football team, you know, and then you see him retiring and managing a football team. There's one. Football is a humbler, definitely. Vallecano, I've got it here on the left-hand side. They're going to pass it forward. Clear, caught out there again. Well defended again by Crystal Palace. I don't know how that ball stayed at Gregory. I have no idea. Mate. A little bit behind Gregory, but I get you. Yeah, it was. There was another chance for them as well, but they should have buried. But that is defying the laws of physics, isn't it? That one, definitely. Crystal Palace aiming for their first European trophy in their history, guys. That would make it Aston Villa and Crystal Palace have won 2 European trophies so far, both Premier League sides. Then we're waiting for the third, which is Arsenal on Saturday, guys. Can it be a full clean sweep? I hope not, because I don't want Arsenal to win that Champions League final. You know, I do not want them to win the Champions League final. Absolutely not. I'll be devastated. So, guys, it is a goal. It's another drop ball. Goodness me, 2 drop balls in one game. When's the last time that happened? A bit of trivia. We're just going to let it go back to Raul Vallecano. Well, Raul Vallecano got to do something creative here. Obviously, whilst they're only 1-0, they still got an opportunity to get back into this game. You never know. But they got to try something a little bit more creative because they don't look dangerous at all. If anything, it looks like Crystal Palace are going to get another one. They should have had 2 or 3. Crystal Palace, easy. It's another free kick. One thing I don't like about some of these teams, especially from La Liga, guys, is that they do the dark arts. Arsenal do it as well, by the way, in the Premier League. You know, when they get touched, they fall. They know how to fall. They know how to get fouled. So there's a big chance for Raul Vallecano, and it's cleared. That was a massive chance. It was clean on the left-hand side, guys. Mendy with a good pass there. Mendy, the substitute. De Fructus was the one who was in space there, and he couldn't pick out his man. He was in acres of space there. Acres of space there. For once, Crystal Palace lost their man. Yeah, he should have got the ball across. He should have got the full ball across there. Yeah. Got to look up and got to pick out your man. Greg, I'm 9 minutes slow here. Face palm. That's all right, man. That's all right. At least you know what's going to happen because, yeah, I thought so. I thought you were 9 minutes about that much behind. Free kick to Vallecano again. Another playing the game, innit? He's playing the game, you know, falling on the floor, getting free kicks. 22 minutes ago. Falling on the floor, getting free kicks and all sorts. That's, you know, they're trying to cut up the game around Vallecano, trying to cut up the game, but they can't keep doing that. I mean, this is not slow. You only do those sort of things when you try to slow down the game, if you know what I mean. Not when you're trying to pick up the game and trying to win the game, if you know what I mean. Absolutely. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed with Raul Vallecano with that. But they're obviously doing what they can. Here's Palazon for Raul Vallecano. Cease. Palazon again. Tries to bring it forward. It's going to be a throw into Crystal Palace. Quality is not there for Raul Vallecano, guys. Quality is not there at the moment. Well, I would say that. It's just they haven't got the quality. You can tell that the Crystal Palace are a lot more of a fisher too. Anyway, De Fructus is coming off. Garcia is also coming off, guys, for Raul Vallecano. Campello is coming on, and Espino is coming on for Raul Vallecano, guys, just to make you aware, of course, guys. Yep. So that is what we have at the moment. Big up everyone, guys. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Don't forget to we'll be sorry about the lagging a little, guys. Apologies for the little bit of a delay there. Anyway, here come Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace looking a little bit more down. I did say this about Raul Vallecano that they're going to tire. They've got a lot of age on their team. Age is not on their side. So I did say in the first half that they're going to tire. And I could see if Crystal Palace scored, they could get 2 or 3. And they should have. And I think they will still. I think they'll get a second at this moment in time. Here come Crystal Palace anyway. On the right-hand side. Nice little bit of play there, guys. It's a throw-in. It's a throw-in there. Did you read the Beano and Dante magazines? Not Dante. I used to have the Beano one sometimes. Possibly because Beano looked like me when I was a kid. But yeah, I used to have the Beano one sometimes when I was young. But yeah, long time ago. Never really listened to Dante. I was more like my game magazines, computer games and things like that. Here come chance. Oh, good header away. It's a goal kick. It was well defended. I thought it was well defended, guys. 90 minutes to go. Gregory, I'm almost caught up with time. I was still 10 seconds behind. How did you do that, Greg? You're focusing. You're making your mind power is making it go further forward. You're making it go further forward. Yeah, still 1-0, guys. For Crystal Palace here. So far, so good. Going to be weird next season. No Simeone, Pep, Glasner, Areola. Yeah, Simeone never managed in the Premier League though, so not really going to be missed. Is Simeone leaving? I haven't heard of that. Crystal Palace chance. No free kick given. Another chance for them in the box, guys. Crystal Palace have not been clinical today. It will be weird, yeah, Beef Buddy. It will be weird, but time moves on, isn't it? But I think that a couple of them will be back soon. I think they're going to take a little bit of a break. I do know that Pep will probably be gone for a couple of years. I can see Pep coming back as Spain manager. I've got a feeling he's going to come back as Spain manager or even England manager. Who knows? Sam, I'm surprised Tyrick Mitchell never gets called up for England. There's so many big calls for England, isn't it? You know, there's a lot of left backs have been left at home as well. You know, but obviously, what Tuchel wants to build a team, doesn't he? What, you know, he's not picking superstars. He's picking what he thinks is going to be good for the team to win the World Cup. You know, Greg, I left the broadcast and pull it back out. No problem, Greg. All good. Genius move. Guys, we've literally got 17 minutes of the game left. 1-0 to Crystal Palace, guys. And yeah, look, Crystal Palace, you're here witnessing Crystal Palace's first European trophy, guys. A club that is over 120 years old, guys. 126 years old. 120, about 130 years they are, isn't it? And they are, you know, about to win their first European trophy. So there you go, guys. History in the making. Another yellow card. Another dive from Raul Vallecano. They're very good at that. Yeah, another dive. That's a big dive there. Come on. Let's keep it tight, Palace. He fell over himself. My goodness me. What are you doing there, the ref? He fell over himself, in my opinion. By the way, it's Spanish here. It's in Spanish here. Oh, that's all right. By the way, it's mute on me, Gregory, at the moment. It's mute. No Casemiro, no Salah. Yeah, retire. Yeah. I won't see them next season. Would have liked to see Casemiro in the Saudi Pro League because I don't really watch the MLS. But I'm gonna see when Casemiro signs for an MLS club. I think he's signing for Inter Miami. Then I'll probably watch some of them. I mean, anyway, free kick. Patterson standing over the free kick as well, guys. For Raul Vallecano. Patterson standing over the free kick. Can he get it over the ball? Over the wall? No. Straight over the bar. Straight over the bar. England kick lacks centre forwards like Andy Cole, Alan Shearer, Alan Coleman, and Teddy Sheringham. Yeah, not anymore. That's not only England, though, Samuel. Every single nation is lacking a number 9, proper number striker. The striker, the era of the striker is gone. The number 9 is dying out. Mateta's going off, guys. Mateta's going off for Crystal Palace. Of course, very, probably Crystal Palace's most successful striker in their history, right? Guys, no, it's no Neil Shipley, that's for certain. Guys, yeah, Neil Shipley did very well for Crystal Palace, of course. Mateta comes off for Crystal Palace, and Strand Larsen, as predicted, has come on the pitch, guys. Strand Larsen. There used to be a station in London called Strand Station. I don't know if you know, but it used to be called Strand Station. It closed down. They still have it like it's a station that it's like a museum, like that it closed down, and you can still go in the tunnels and that and walk on the track and that and stuff as like a museum. Pep comes to England, it might be coming home. Never know. I would love to go USA to see Casemiro play for Inter Miami. Yeah. I would have wanted him to go to Saudi Pro League. I would have liked him to go there. It's more competitive than the dud MLS. MLS is dud. MLS is just boring, man. Honestly, I tried to watch it. It's just America and football just doesn't. It just doesn't hit me. You know what I mean? They can't do it. Just can't do it. Fortunately, and yeah, probably to do with 100 years of slander in the game. But anyway, but yeah, into Miami. Yeah, it's a nice place to live. David Beckham's done extremely well. Congratulations to David Beckham on Inter Miami. Would have liked David Beckham to concentrate on his roots a little bit. He's East London roots, of course, and helped Leighton Orient a little bit, but not to be. Guys, we've got 13 minutes of this game to go. 1-0 to Crystal Palace, guys, against Rayo Vallecano. Whilst it's still 1-0, Rayo still have an opportunity. Of course they do, but obviously they're going to have to throw men forwards. I think that's what it is, Greg. I just think it's just a mismatch. It's not only that. It's the same with Saudi Pro League. It's the same thing. It's just like Saudi's a bit better because I do think they're more passionate about the game, in my opinion, right? America's obviously got American football, baseball, basketball, WWE ahead of football, haven't they? But I just feel like it's a little bit, stale. It's just, I tried watching it, and we get the games on here. We get the games where we are. I early in the morning, like I wake up, and sometimes there's a game on like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, I was watching DC United or something like that the other day, and it's just, I couldn't. It's just like it weren't moving. It was just like, come on. Anyway, clear for Crystal Palace. They're getting better, no doubt about it. I do think that it's hard for them, innit? European football is always going to be the linchpin. One thing I want to get into, more Japanese football, South Korean football. I have been to Japan. I've seen football and stuff like that, of course. And I would like to see more of that, the J League and stuff. Anyway, here comes Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League. Cross comes in, cleared away well, comes out 20 yards out, cleared away by Crystal Palace again. Crystal Palace have got to be careful here because obviously they've had quite a comfortable game so far. They can't be letting Rayo Vallecano back into this game. They've had a relatively cushy game so far, so yeah, they can't be letting them back into the game. 2026 lost Kane, Salah, Casemiro, Son, Casemiro, Neuer, Ronaldo, Messi, KDB, Lukaku, Modric, Martinez. Yep. Sam. David Beckham to go in there with level. Paul Scholes should help buy Manchester United from the Glazers. They should definitely, Sam, but they won't do it, would they? Can they get... Look, Beckham's only just become a billionaire. He's the first billionaire footballer, I think. So Man United are valued about... Well, the way the Glazers are trying to value Man United are valued about 5 to 6 billion. Pino coming off. Gassand is coming on for Crystal Palace. Man United are valued about 5 million, isn't it? So 5 billion. So can Cantona, Gary Neville, Philip Neville, Paul Scholes, Beckham, maybe. Some grand installment plan. But with the Glazers, they wanted the cash up front, didn't they? They wanted the cash up front. They didn't want an installment kind of plan, did they? 5 billion is a lot of money, even for the rich. Even for Qatar, it's too much. It's too much money. Obviously the Glazers stifled Man United's opportunity, stagnated our opportunity to get a full sale. And Jim Ratcliffe, of course. They would have had to sell if Jim wasn't around. They would have had to sell. If Jim wasn't around, they would have had to sell. It's as simple as that. They had no choice. They couldn't afford the rebuild. They couldn't afford the infrastructure rebuild. They couldn't afford it. They would have had to sell it eventually. Even though they didn't want to sell it, they would have had to sell it. And they would have had to accept Qatar's offer. But obviously, Jim Ratcliffe came around with these sob stories. And here we are. One thing I would say is that, massive game, massive window, massive summer this summer. Massive educational. Guys, a very, very big summer this summer. Anyway, 1-0 to Crystal Palace against Rayo Vallecano in a Conference League final, guys. Crystal Palace first European final. Absolutely. Sam, football fans in England should have money to say how their football club is run from top to bottom. Yeah, it is in Germany. 50+1. So basically, the club the fans own 51% of the club, and that's how it should be. I agree, because the fans are the life and soul of the club. Anyway, it's another free kick to Vallecano because they're playing for free kicks at the moment. Guys, chance over the bar, sliced it over the bar. Vallecano. Yeah, unlucky. It was Camelo who struck it over the bar. By the way, Gregory, Sal, never feel sorry for someone who owns their own jet. Very true. You know what? You know, it cost about 100,000. About 20 years ago. It cost about 100,000 to fly from London to New York on a private jet. You know that? Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. On your own private jet, by the way. You can go on private jets and stuff like that, but on your own private jet, it costs about 100,000 just to go from there to there. Crazy, isn't it? Now, I don't feel sorry for people with private jets. Absolutely not. Never have I ever will. Just use a commercial jet, for goodness sake. These people are so full of themselves. Sam, there was another French striker who used to play in Spain called Frederick Canuta. Freddie Canuta used to play for West Ham United, Sam. Very good. And Tottenham. See, I know my football, man. Guys, go on any other football channel, see if they can come out with this type of knowledge. See if they do it. They won't be able to do it. Throw questions at them like that. He played for West Ham. He played for Mets. He played for Tottenham. And then he went to Sevilla and smashed it. He done very well there. I think he went to Toulouse as well, if I'm not wrong. Guys, it's elite knowledge, guys. It's just elite. It's what we're talking about in Stretford Post, guys. Well, one back there. It's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace. They've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Crystal Palace, to hold on to make history, guys. Plus a little bit of injury time, I would have felt. They've got 6 minutes to make history, guys. Crystal Palace making history. Glasnow again go in the record books at Crystal Palace. He will be again going into the record books as the all-time great Crystal Palace manager. What he is, isn't he? He's the all-time great Crystal Palace manager, is Glasnow. You can't say anything else on that. He's definitely the all-time great Crystal Palace manager. Mendy's got a yellow card here for Raul Vallecano. They've got about 5 minutes. They've got about 5 minutes to save themselves here, guys. So here's Wharton now. Wharton back in the middle. Nice long ball there. Oh, towards Gassan. He didn't quite get it. And it is a goal kick for Raul Vallecano. Well, parts of the game have been all right. It's been quite a boring game. The Raul Vallecano fans are in tears. They're not happy. But obviously, it's a difficult game, man. It's a difficult game against Crystal Palace. Even for United, it's a difficult game for Crystal. It is a difficult game. Crystal Palace are a good side. Beat Man City in the FA Cup last season. Let's not forget. Let's not forget that Crystal Palace were relegated from the Europa League because of whatever financial something, wasn't it? At the end of the day, so they were always going to be the top dogs in this tournament because they're a Europa League team. They're not a Conference League team. But what this doubles down on is how strong the Premier League is. That's what I'm saying. The Premier League is strong. You know what I mean? And the Premier League is the weakest it's ever been, but it's still the strongest. You know. Yeah, you got to feel for those Raul Vallecano fans, of course, guys. They don't have much to cheer about, you know what I mean, guys, these teams. They probably won't have much to cheer about for a long, long time to come as well. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's probably what it is at the end of the day, you know. So Raul Vallecano, guys, at the moment are, where are they? They're in 8th position in Spain. So they're not too bad. They're like sort of the conference league level. They're not too bad, guys. 3 minutes of at a normal time to go, guys. 3 minutes of normal time. Who will get there over Glasgow as their new manager? Maybe he could go and replace Diego Simeone. It'd be a good move for him. I think Areola going to AC Milan is an interesting one. You're really going to see how good Areola is at AC Milan, because AC Milan obviously have been a sleeping giant, really, haven't they? And yeah, if Areola does well there, he'd be a hero over there. You know, I mean, obviously they won't be happy that Inter Milan have been dominating the league. Napoli have been dominating the league over the last few years. So obviously, AC Milan need to come back now, isn't it? And it maybe it's Glasgow who's the one who's going to bring them back. Of course, it's a free kick late on, guys. Here to Raul Vallecano. Pedro Diaz is standing over the free kick for Raul. Cross comes in, and it's a goal kick to. Yeah, they're not very potent up front, Raul Vallecano. It's pretty evident. They're not very, very potent up front, guys. Definitely not. Tottenham Hotspur wants Carlos Baleba. They can have him. They can play him with Basuma. That would be a great midfield. Yeah, the old Brighton midfield. You remember? Remember when this is what I'm talking about? Remember when Basuma was so highly rated? You know what I mean? You've got to be very careful. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be very careful. Absolutely. I think my friend's at this game. In Germany. I think my friend's at this game. Anyway, Wharton. Nice bit of play there by Wharton. Wharton's been brilliant today. Back heel, back to Wharton. Wharton's been brilliant today. Oh, Raul got another counter attack here. Oh, he couldn't quite keep the ball there. It's a free kick. 2 minutes plus injury time. Thank you so much, Gregory. Yeah. Let's see how much injury time we got, guys. I don't think there'll be much. Because there hasn't been many stoppages in this second half, guys. So I don't think there'll be much injury time. I've got a feeling Arsenal are going to complete the treble on Saturday now. No, they're not, mate. They're not going to complete the treble. And they can't win the treble. How can they win the treble, mate? They ain't going to win the treble. They ain't won a cup. Can't win the treble. Treble's 3, by the way. No, PSG will beat them. I know you've been glazing Arsenal. Beef Bully's an undercover Arsenal fan. He loves Arsenal. He keeps talking about how they're going to beat PSG. They're not going to beat PSG, mate. I'll tell you that right now. And they're going to win the double, not the treble. Omar Mosa, I think a few people could leaving Manchester City, to be honest with you. I think a lot of them will with Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca's no Pep Guardiola. Exactly that. If PSG lose to Arsenal this weekend, they will be the laughing stock in the whole world. They'll be a fraud. Their Champions League last season will be a void because it'll be a fluke. Anyway, here come. Oh, Crystal Palace, another corner. Oh, no, it's not. It's a goal kick. 5 minutes of injury time. That's a bit steep. 5 minutes. I don't know where 5 minutes have come from, but 5 minutes of injury time, guys, in this game before the end of it is a little bit steep, in my opinion. That is absolutely, yeah. They would be. What in Euro Cups? Treble and what? What Euro Cups have they won, mate? Oh, you mean the England Europe Cups? You said Arsenal going to win a treble. That's what you said. Arsenal may complete the treble. You mean the English clubs may complete the treble, not Arsenal. Here come Crystal Palace corner. There's no treble in the same sentence as Arsenal. Don't put a treble in the same sentence as Arsenal. Do not do that. The English clubs could complete a treble this season. Yeah. Arsenal definitely not competing. Why are we taking so long to do the Edison deal? Because we're thinking about it. Because we realise that it's a mistake. That's why, chat. I said that before. I still think it'd be done anyway by the end of the week. But yeah. They're pondering on it. It is a mistake. I think it's a mistake. I don't think we should sign him. I don't think he's good enough, but I don't think he's elite level. guys. Anyway, guys, we've got 3 minutes of injury time left. Raul Vallecano have to do something here. It's a yellow card again. They promised us best in class. Like I said, Chow, let's see what the best in class is. It depends what class it is, isn't it? What class are they talking about? It could be the best in class of what? What class? You know? Class of dummies. The best in a class of dummies. You know what I mean? Best in a class of chickens and rabbits and bunnies. Anyway, here come Crystal Palace have got a free kick here, guys. They've got under 3 minutes to go to make history, guys. Crystal Palace, a cross comes in, chance cleared away. This is Raul Vallecano's chance to clear it, and it's well won back. I thought he won the ball well there. Wharton's an absolute beast, man. That's going to be a free kick to Raul Vallecano, but Wharton's been absolutely phenomenal so far this game, guys. Is it Wharton, that one? It's a couple of Strand Larsen's been also good when he's come on. We got 2 minutes to go, guys, in this game. Still 1-0 to Crystal Palace. And whilst it's 1-0, in football, you never know, guys. You never know what's going to happen in football. Of course you don't. You don't know what's going to happen in football, especially, guys, when it is 1-0 in big games. So Crystal Palace have got a chance here, just to keep it tight. Cleared away. That's going to be a throw. I don't know what he's doing there, Strand Larsen. What the hell was he doing there? That was crazy bit of play there from Strand Larsen. What are you doing? You're kicking the ball out in a dangerous area. What an idiot. Throw-in comes in, cleared away by Palace. And it's a goal kick. Chouameni, me to bring Wharton to World Cup. Wharton should be at the World Cup instead of Henderson. Definitely, Chow. He should be definitely ahead of Henderson. Wharton should be ahead of Henderson, 100%. Definitely. All right, guys, we got about literally a minute, guys, of this game for Crystal Palace to win the Conference League. Their first European trophy in their history, guys. They got literally now 40 seconds, guys, till the game is over. They just need to kick that ball up front, and I think they'll be all right. Once that ball gets into the Raul Vallecano half, if it goes to a Palace player, it's going to be over, guys. No free kick there. We've got 30 seconds there. He's done badly, Strand Larsen, since he's come on. I've seen a couple of things there from Strand Larsen. He's been giving away the ball and kicking the ball out in stupid positions and stuff like that. We got about 15 seconds of the game to go, guys. Unbelievable chance. Oh, that's it. That's got to be it now, guys. It's going to be over. It's going to be over. Unlucky to Raul Vallecano, but it's going to be over. I think there will be in the Europa League, yeah. Crystal Palace have won the Europa League, guys. Game over. It's over. Crystal Palace have won the Europa League. Their first European trophy in their history, guys. They've won the FA Cup. They've now won the Europa League, the Conference League, should I say. Congratulations to Glasner and the team. Crystal Palace have won a European trophy for the first time in their history, guys. Absolute euphoria in the stadium and on the pitch, guys. Really, really, really impressive. Palace, of course. Sneaked it 1-0 courtesy of a Mateta goal, guys. But Crystal Palace have won the Conference League. They are the champions, not the champions of Europe, but the champions of 8th place teams in Europe, guys. Absolutely. But they've won a European trophy. That's all you need to say, guys. Before Arsenal, Crystal Palace have won a European trophy. You know, so far, West Ham, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa have won a European trophy before Arsenal, guys. So there you go, guys. So it's over to PSG, guys. It's over to PSG to do the business. And hopefully PSG do the business, guys. Crystal Palace win the Conference League. 1-0, guys, against Raul Vallecano, courtesy of Mateta. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate you all. Congratulations to Crystal Palace again, guys. Absolutely good for them, guys. And they're going to celebrate Long in tonight in the streets of Leipzig, of course, guys. So, yeah, congratulations to Glasner. Another trophy for Crystal Palace, guys. Premier League dominant again, guys. Premier League is dominant again. And yes, Crystal Palace won, Raul Vallecano nil. And they're going to lift the trophy. Take it easy, guys. Have a good evening. Smash a like on the way out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Peace.